Marie. What's up, Gary? How you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. What's up, Ariel? What's up, Malik? How you doing? What's up, Bella? What's up, IDC? What's up, Kaylee? What's up, Courtney? Queen, thank you so much. I appreciate the hand heart. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. We're gonna start getting some people up here who did vote for Trump. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump, y'all. All right, let's see if we can get someone up here. Do give it a second, everyone. It's not adding this person up. Let me try the next person. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump in 2024, y'all. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump in 2024. Preach Little Crown. Thank you so much, Erica. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
27.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes, sir.
And why so?
Well, I do agree with you on the fact that he is not a good person, but I vote for my own personal issues with the country. And I don't know if you know this, but Bitcoin is at all-time highs, and that's a direct result of Trump winning the presidency. So that is the primary reason I chose to vote for him.
That's it? Bitcoin?
I mean, yeah.
Would you vote away women's right to vote if you got higher Bitcoin prices? Push the hand heart.
Well,
and it's also funny that you guys are advocating that like Trump causing inflation is good.
I mean, he's causing the economy to boom. So if inflation goes up, but the economy is doing better to compensate for that, does it really make a difference?
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought you guys were arguing that was bad under the Biden-Harris administration.
Well, I don't know why you're referring to me as you guys.
MAGA.
I'm not MAGA. I just wanted president to win over Kamala.
Why? Like, can you name me 2 Trump economic policies you like?
He is the self-proclaimed Bitcoin president. No other U.S. president has even supported it in any remote capacity. Biden and his Gary Gensler SEC puppet basically caused the entire industry to...
I'm not hearing a policy.
He has told the people he's going to make Bitcoin or the USA the Bitcoin mining capital of the world. That's what the USA will become.
That's not a policy.
Well, my wallet says otherwise.
That's not a policy. That's not a policy. So Trump, you like him on vibes on Bitcoin?
Well, he's going to input people in the economy to flourish.
Really? How is he going to do that with his mass deportation and tariffs?
Yeah, I mean,
wow, that's gonna cause the economy to contract and become smaller.
Have you seen the stock market? Have you seen the crypto markets?
Yeah, he's not even president, right? You're saying expectations. That happens after every presidential election. There's always a rally in certain markets based upon the expectations of a given president for winning.
That's not true. It's definitely primarily because of...
Do you remember Biden? Right, literally, they were all-time highs. They're all-time highs under Biden.Ait, so are you saying Biden is responsible for the all-time highs?
No, I'm saying if
it's like doing so well under the Biden-Harris administration, right?
Then the prices would have substantially gone down.
Wait, what?
If Kamala had won this year's election, prices right now would be nowhere near what they are. They would have gone substantially lower.
Oh, okay. So like now he's arguing that he wants prices to be higher.
No, I'm talking about the crypto market.
Okay, well, you're saying that, right? But you don't even know that to be true.
What are you talking?
One, you don't know that to be true, and 2, if it's totally predicated off of expectations like that, and there's no other basis in value, isn't the whole basis of Bitcoin like irrelevant then?
No,
like, what's the value in Bitcoin?
It's virtual gold. Why do you value gold?
Oh, well, it's just like going to be whatever someone wants in the market. Like, why is it of such importance, right, to you specifically? This is like voting for Trump because he's going to keep Fortnite around or something.
No, I'm voting for Trump just like other people are, primarily for economic reasons.
More people hopped on Fortnite because Trump shouted out Fortnite.
That's not an accurate metaphor.
Like honestly, like this is like I asked you for 2 policies and you're like, dude, right, Bitcoin. He likes Bitcoin. That's unironically what you said. You didn't even give me any other argument. You just said
the self-proclaimed Bitcoin president. He has said that the USA will be the capital of mining within the world.
He also is a self-proclaimed a million things. He's self-proclaimed everything. He thinks he's the best at everything.
Do you not understand when I tell you that he is going to subsidize Bitcoin mining within the US so that it becomes the hub?
Okay, so subsidized how so? By
I
doing
don't
what
know the
policy?
exact.
Like tax credits, like direct money,
Look, I
investments,
don't
free
know all the
money?
details.
Is he offering people in Bitcoin community like free money for their
I'm sure
vote?
you can find the details online. I don't know all the details, but he has. There's a reason why Bitcoin is at all-time highs now, right now. And if Kamala had won the
Kamala.
presidency, Kamala had won the presidency, that would not be the case. The only reason why they were high when
Wait, so
Biden had
is
won
that how
4 years
you
ago.
evaluate like whether or not there's a good
Can you
candidate?
please
Like
not?
you're willing to
Can you
vote
let me
for
finish?
a sexual abuser, a guy who tried to coup the country, right? A guy who called for a complete and total shutdown of Muslims that entered the country, all because Bitcoin's price went up. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah? You said, yeah, you're willing to vote for someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, restricted women's access to abortion, thinks climate change is a hoax, literally said, yeah, to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass, said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, called
I
his
mean,
daughter voluptuous, which means curvy or sexually
if it's
attracted, and
between
sexually
him and
attractive,
someone who
right?
wants to
Literally,
terminate
well,
pregnancies up until 9 months, that's
wait,
totally
you
fine with
understand
me.
that after viability, it's left up to the states regardless of whether or not Roe versus Wade is in place?
Yeah,
So
but that
that
doesn't change the
argument is
fact that
irrelevant because
Kamala
you
would
think it should be
support
left up to the states, and it already is, and it will be regardless of who of what side's policy is in place.
the only reason, look, Trump, I don't agree with his policy about leaving it up to the states, but the fact is he does put in conservative judges in the Supreme Court, and that produces better results in the long run, in my opinion,
Oh, for what?
for conservative values.
What conservative values do you want implemented? Like, do you want like them to go back on gay marriage? Do you want them to?
I mean, gay people can do whatever they want. I don't agree with it, but they can do whatever they. I wouldn't want to
Do you think it
impose.
should be legal?
Yeah, it can totally be legal.
Okay. So like, what conservative values do you want to like bring in the courts?
Not murdering babies.
Not murdering babies, really. So,
Yes.
I have a question. Do you think a zygote is a baby?
I believe a baby is upon conception.
Do you know what a zygote is?
Yeah, some early form of the baby.
At conception.
Okay.
So yeah. So do you? If I were to make like a zygote in a petri dish, right? And I slap the zygote, should I go to prison?
That's a different.
But I just murdered a baby under your view. Should I go to prison?
Yeah, but the reason why people are doing artificial insemination in those regards is to like give people the opportunity to get pregnant when they wouldn't be able to otherwise.
Can you answer the question? If I slap, right, the zygote, should I go to prison? Because you think
See,
that's murder, right?
it's more about the act of intercourse for me that
Oh, it's
gives
more
it
about the act
value.
of intercourse. You just like want to prevent people from engaging in intercourse. Is that what it is?
Well, I believe it should be held up to a higher standard of what people should be doing.
You
Like
see,
when
you
people
see,
should be
it's
doing
about
that.
controlling people sexually. It's not about right, like preserving a baby. You literally were like, "Oh my god, I like it's.
No,
I don't
it's
want
a
them to like
serious
murder
thing to have
babies."
sex
But
with
then like
someone else, and
I
if a baby
questioned you on
results
it, and
from
you're
that,
like,
then that's
I don't really care about like the killing of it. I care. I just care about restricting people engaging in sex. Proves
that's
that much.
not
Like
that's
that's
not what
literally
I
what you just
said.
said, bro. That's literally what you just said.
That's not what I said.
Okay, well then redefine what you just said then. Push the hand art.
The act of intercourse should be considered something holy, something that shouldn't just be done on an everyday basis. It's meant for reproduction. Why? What other reason is for it?
Dude, wait. So, like, are you trying to restrict people from engaging in intercourse consensually, or
No, but
like, are
if
you are
people are
you
going
are you
to
saying that
engage
there's
in
a
intercourse
valuable fetus or a
haphazardly,
valuable embryo?
if people are going to engage in intercourse haphazardly, then they have to deal with the consequences.
And what consequences should come from engaging in consensual sex?
Taking care of a baby.
Taking care of a baby. Well, why can't you get an abortion in the first trimester? Why should that be wrong? Why is it wrong to should someone go to prison if they take an abortion pill?
Should someone go to prison if they take an abortion pill? That's a good question. I would say probably not.
No, but
I don't think those pills should be available in the first place.
but like, let's say they do get a hold of them, right? Should they go to prison?
No, maybe like a fine.
A fine? Wait, why should there be a fine for murder?
What do you mean?
What? You're saying we should fine people for murdering others? We shouldn't put them in prison?
Yeah,
Murderers should be fined, not put in prison. That's your argument?
Hey,
So
everyone might not agree.
let's start taking murderers out of prison, right? And let's just give them a fine, right? It's like a parking ticket. Jeez.
Okay, you can
What?
toss him in jail then.
What? Okay, so you wanna put someone in jail for having an abortion pill?
Yeah, if they get it on the illegal
Yeah,
markets,
yeah.
if they obtain it illegally, yes.
Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why? Why?
Because it's murder. Why do you lock
Murder.
other
Okay,
people up?
is it murder to like kill sperm?
What?
Is it murder to kill sperm?
In what context?
What do you mean? In what context?
I don't know if you ejaculated prematurely or it's in some other. Are you murdering sperm? Just, I don't understand your question. Sperm is not a baby.
Okay, so it's living, right? But if you kill the sperm, okay, I think you're smart enough to understand this as it relates to like someone who's an adult, right? Right.
Hmm.
Please, you kill the sperm, it's living, right? I don't think that you think that's murder. So what's distinct about, say, like a zygote that doesn't exist with a sperm cell that means you value one but not the other?
Look, it's about the act of conception.
I understand you think that the act of conception grants value, but what about the act of conception changes something insofar as that you would say that it's now valuable, but it wasn't valuable prior?
Because the act of conception is something that's done voluntarily. The other act is done to allow people to have a pregnancy when they couldn't otherwise.
No, what's I'm talking about a particular quality, right, that the zygote would have that the sperm cell does not. That means zygote valuable, sperm cell not.
It is a baby.
It's a bait. You think a single cell organism is a baby?
Yeah, with the
So then why'd
potential
you
to
say
grow
that if I slap
into.
the zygote, should I if I slap the zygote, should I go to prison? I kill it?
Well,
For standard. I
probably.
put it in a petri dish, slap the zygote. I should go to prison?
Yeah, that's fucked up. Why
Yeah?
would you do that?
What do you mean that's fucked up? It's a single cell organism. I'm
Yeah,
supposed to
and
love
that
you.
someone worked hard to do that, and they're probably trying to have a baby. Why would you do that?
Let's say I use my own.
Okay, that's still
Is it wrong for me
unacceptable.
to slap my zygote?
Yes.
What? So I should go to prison.
Well, would you go to prison for slapping your own child?
I don't think a zygote is a child, right? Like I don't think a
Well, that's
zygote's
our
a
two different
person.
perspectives.
Yeah. You're talking about a single cell organism, right? On the same like quality basis as a bacteria.
Bacteria are living things as well, but they're not human.
You understand that there is like literally like we could reference specifically like human DNA, right? Like sperm, or we could reference human
Okay,
DNA
but it's
like
not a human individual.
well, okay, so when you say human individual, what do you mean?
Someone that used to be a zygote that came from a human. I don't
You did
know.
okay, so when you just define it as a zygote, I could just define it as a sperm cell. So like what is the definition that would apply it to as a zygote?
I don't have the exact definition on my mind, but I'm sure you know what I mean.
Well, no, I mean, I don't think zygotes are valuable, right? I don't think that I should go to prison for slapping a zygote. I think that's heavily ridiculous.
Okay,
I
but
think
should you
that
go to
the fact
prison
that you just
for
conceded to that is really comical. Appreciate the magic. Thank you so much. Appreciate
should
it.
you
Like
go
a
to
single cell
prison
organism.
for punching a pregnant woman who's 9 months pregnant in the stomach?
I think a 9 month fetus and a woman are both sentient, right? And I think that you're violating both of their rights
So
because they're both sentient.
why do you place value on sentience?
Again, when I say I place value on sentience, it's going to be related to different examples that we have, right? We're going to compare examples of like what it would be in the scenarios, like say with a brain dead individual, right? Should a family be able to pull the plug on an individual who's brain dead, or should it be left up to, or should they be left and kept on the device?
What is your opinion on that?
I think it's not murder. I think it should be left to the family's decision. Do you think it's
Yeah,
murder for a family to pull the plug on an individual in their family that's brain dead?
I mean, from my perspective, I believe God says when everyone is going to die, there's a time and place for everything. So it's not up to us to decide. But if they are completely brain dead,
So should we stop giving people surgery because it's up to God?
no, the surgery is
Okay,
all
okay.
part
So
of
then,
it.
what are you arguing? Should that person
What I'm saying
should you
is,
be able to pull the plug if it's your family?
if there's potential for life, then
Okay, so if there's
no.
potential, you understand that the sperm cell that led to you existing, right, had potential to be you prior to conception.
Yeah, but it was the
Okay,
act
so are
of
you saying
conception
that
never
some
occurred.
sperm cells have value?
Yeah, but I value the
Yeah.
no, I value the act of conception and
Wait.
what leads thereafter.
Wait, okay, so you okay again, but you said the potential. The potential is also applicable to the sperm cell, right? Because the sperm cell led to your existence. So there was
Okay,
potential.
but you have to place the value at a certain point in time. It's not just about potential. You have to add,
Wait, you just said potential.
not in
What do
every
you have to add?
circumstance.
Not in
The
all
potential
circumstances.
for
So
sperm needs other things to
so does
procreate
a
into a
zygote.
baby, correct?
A zygote needs other sorts of things to continue existing. If it just stays a zygote, it's going to die, right? It needs, right, the development within the context of pregnancy, like through implantation and further development in pregnancy. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much.
Okay, but that doesn't change what I've been saying. That
Yeah, it does, right? They both require further conditions to be able to bring them to be like sentient.
it's the act of conception itself that pushes it over the line for me.
Yeah, but
Um, for
yeah,
that
like
potential
I don't know
value
what's
to
I don't know what's
exist.
distinct about the qualities of a sperm cell and a zygote that would mean one's valuable and not the other. It just seems like you're saying that the genetic code is different, right? But we can
No,
give
you're not hearing
examples.
me. It's the act of conception with another individual that places the value and the actual potential for it to exist. With it's the but for causation because there's so many causes that lead to an eventual circumstance, but you need the but for causation to actually make it viable.
Sorry, say that again.
It's the but for causation. It could not have happened but for the act of conception or artificial insemination. That but for causation is what causes the value to like
Yeah.
substantiate.
You wouldn't exist, but what? But for I don't understand why you have to use that. If it wasn't the case that the sperm cell didn't lead to your fertilize the egg, right? You understand that again. Both the sperm cell and the zygote both require particular scenarios in order to
Do
be
you
able to
understand the difference
actualize
between
further
proximate
development.
cause and actual cause?
So when you're talking about so when you say actual cause and proximate cause, so how are you using it?
So I'm asking, do you understand the difference from a legal perspective?
Depends on the way that you're using it. No, I don't understand the legal perspective. I can say how I use it, but how do you use it?
So it's been a while since I was in criminal law, but yeah, actual cause is the thing that needed to happen and directly caused the other thing to happen. Proximate cause is yes, that did happen, which led to the other thing happening, but it didn't need to happen.
Okay, so you're saying okay, so you're like okay, that was a really convoluted way
Yeah,
of referring to
sorry.
it. So one was like you're saying it's like necessary in order to produce the other state, and the other one it's not necessary but it's sufficient.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we're just talking about like okay, so you think that you require a future state in terms of potential in order to be able to have value, but it's not sufficient to have that value. You also need life. Sperm is living. I already thought about that.
No, it's the act of conception that you also need.
No, sperm is living. Zygote is living. What's the quality that's
It's
different that
not a
grants it
human
value?
being. The sperm is not a human
What's
being.
the
The
quality
zygote
that's
is.
sufficient?
Sorry?
What's the quality that's sufficient?
The conception, the act of the sperm going into the egg and
Yeah,
making the
Con-
zygote.
yeah. So, and conception produces life. Is that what you're arguing?
Not always.
What? What the fuck is this guy saying? What?
I mean, it may not. The baby may die prematurely on its own. It's not a guaranteed.
No. Okay. What is conception? Push the hand heart.
Can you define that for me?
Yeah, it's the beginning of life, right? It's when the sperm fertilizes the egg, it produces life. I don't understand how you could say conception doesn't produce life. It's literally that's in the definition.
Sorry, I got my terms mixed up. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about or add?
No. Buy Bitcoin.
I'm cringing so much. What's the pal to you?
18,
What's your birth year?
2006.
What month?
Dude, I'm not a fucking retard. Anyways, hear me out here.
I'm
You
just gonna
lost.
kick you. Why do you use the R slur? What the hell is wrong with you? All right, let's get on the next individual. On to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello. 21.
Did you vote Trump?
No, I did
Your
not,
mom,
because I'm
thank you so much
actually
for the baby
intelligent.
dragon. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Based. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. I appreciate everyone on the right side of history. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay. Let's get on to the next individual. How old are you?
You lost, Parker. Why are you still up here saying stuff,
It's
man?
the same
You lost.
person. Same person. I just added up on accident. I don't know why it puts the same person up to the top. What the hell's wrong with TikTok? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Actually, he just requested again, so let me hit him with the block. There we go. Watch that. Blocked. Later, buddy. You're gone. You're done. You're done. You're done, buddy. You're done. You're cooked. Be able to identify that they have the money being spent on payroll that way. So they're documenting the money that they're spending to undocumented individuals. Right now, we would currently enforce that. Right? That's no different than what's currently enforced right now. So Trump's mass deportation policy is trying to deport 11 million people. How do you deport 11 million people by just looking at employment? Because we would have already done that already because it's a process in which is currently used.
How is that currently used if no one's being deported?
People are being deported. There have been more people deported under the Biden-Harris administration than under the Trump administration. There
Because
just have
they
been
let
more
so many people in.
So when they say they let people come into the country, how do they do that? What policy did that?
Well, so like when you were saying before how Kamala. Okay, my bad. Like I'm just for now. But anyways, you said the Border Patrol didn't support Trump. They did. They're on their public Twitter. They came out and endorsed Trump. They said Kamala.
Seriously, push the $5. Think it's Kamala. Okay,
Kamala.
you can say VP Harris.
VP Harris. All right, if that's what you like. But anyway, they came out on their Twitter, said she was doing a terrible job, and endorsed Trump to get Trump back for the border. Why would they do that if she was doing a good job and if it's the same thing under her? That's what I don't understand.
So there was a Border Patrol council that did it. To put yourself first and say that I want to be elected over legislation that I've argued for 9 fucking years.
Okay, well, he tried. I think that you asked why I voted for him. That's why I voted for him. He's going to do it now. He tried to do it back then. The Democrats blocked it. It's as simple as that. And the Democrats don't want to build.
You didn't listen. What specifically did he try to do? What did he try to do that they blocked? Tell me what provisions.
He tried to get $1 billion to build the wall back when he was president, and they didn't let it pass. They didn't.
And why did I tell you that didn't happen?
That did happen.
Why did I tell you that didn't happen?
It did.
No, listen. Why did I tell you that didn't happen in terms of them supporting the bill? I'm saying specifically like them blocking the bill.
You did not tell me why that didn't happen.
I did.
Why?
Yeah. So the reason why that didn't happen is because they're not willing to support the wall by itself. They're willing to support it as a compromise. Is that a hard thing for you to understand? I've told you that 3 times now. This is not a difficult concept. If you can't understand this after I just told you that many times, I'm going to kick you from the stream because you're just clearly not intelligent enough to engage in the conversation.
No, but that's my whole point why I voted for him. Democrats don't want to build the wall. I want the wall built.
Jesus
that's
Christ.
why I voted for him.
I've already responded to this like 6 times. If you say the same thing again, I'm just gonna
We're just gonna talk about the bipartisan bill. That doesn't change the
Yes,
fact.
I
that
already told
Democrats
you
don't
that the
want it built.
bipartisan bill would have built more wall than Trump ever built under his administration. So if he actually cared about building the wall, he would have specifically, like immediately, he would have specifically not called people in Congress to undermine the bill just because he wanted to run on it.
Okay, I'll give you that maybe he was selfish in doing that and trying to get himself elected.
Yeah, that is totally
doesn't
not
change the
America
fact
first. That is totally antithetical to everything he argued for.
That doesn't
Andre, I
change the
appreciate
fact
the-
that
appreciate the
he's
dollar.
for building the wall and the Democrats aren't. That's a reason I voted for him. That's simple.
Yeah, so again, you say, oh my gosh, I voted for him because he's for all these things. If he's actually for those things, he wouldn't have done the things he did specifically in trying to undermine it, right? Because he wanted to run on it rather than fix it. Like, I've said the same thing. I can't say the same thing any more times. That's the response to what you're saying.
I get you there, but that's besides the point now. Like, what are we going to do about that? Like,
Not vote people in who are literally like literally fraudsters who are just saying things to get elected, like Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Can you hear me?
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm just here to tell you that I think it's lit that Trump won. Yo ass a little bitch. Bro, we've been doing it for
why do you like Trump?
How long have you been doing this, bro? Like, you're only
Years.
everybody in this chat. Parker is on live to get money from you. That is it. He has nothing else better to do except
You
try
want
to
to
get
give me
money.
an argument, or do you just
Trump
want to like
is
sit up
one.
here? I'm here
Trump
for
is
money.
one, and you out here still trying to fish for views like a little pussy.
Landon, or I'm trying to change people's minds because it is the case that people have absurd and misinformed views like the view that you have, insofar as that you're not even willing to engage in any critique of it because you're so not confident in your views. If you were more confident in your views, you would have been able to engage in that conversation that you waited in the box to join up and have the conversation. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Do tap that screen. Let's get up to 1 million likes. Share the live as well, everyone. It will help get it out to more people. But let's get everyone joining up the live right now. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you will vote for Trump in 2020, or if you did vote for Trump in 2024, sorry. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
24.
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why?
I want to hear why you voted for Kamala.
Are you driving?
I am. How'd you know?
It sounds like it, and you can't drive while on the live. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I voted for Kanye West.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump, y'all. Alrighty. Let's get this next individual up here. Keep tapping that screen. Let's try to get to 1 million likes, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
43.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes.
Why so?
Couple things. So the first reason is I believe that we should be American first. And I've been to LA. I've been to California numerous times. I live in Alabama, and I have never seen just a depressing state as California as what I've seen being in LA and the homeless population that is there. We have given $200 billion to Ukraine and given more. It is a shame how we are allowing our veterans and our homeless population to be tortured and be put through what they are being put through living on the streets. We should be housing these individuals and giving them free food, free shelter, free showers, and creating a warm, loving environment here in America that we're trying to create for our illegal immigrants that are crossing the border.
Yeah, well, you're not what you're not listening is that you're not wrong about treating homeless people with kindness, and we don't do it enough in our society. I personally believes, and I totally agree that we need to be providing these things for our citizens. Now, Republicans are the ones defunding programs that typically will help people in these types of conditions. For standards, what are the places, right, that actually want to provide social benefits, right, for veterans and provide social benefits for homeless individuals, right? Spark, I appreciate the description. Thank you so much. That would be people who are on the Democratic side, right, or more progressive or more left of the Democratic side. So you're sounding more like what Trump calls a Marxist, socialist, communist, right? Than you necessarily are the Republican Party.
Yeah. I've not seen, and I work for the federal government. And so what I'm saying is I've seen where we're giving tons of money to Ukraine. We're supporting all these other different countries.
Most of the money we gave Ukraine, we can't feed people with, right? That was weapons and equipment, right? We're going to feed people with guns?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the $200 billion that we provided out of Department of Defense funding could have went to something else that would have been more beneficial to use for the Americans.
I agree, but you understand that Trump wants to increase the military budget, right?
And I'm 100% for increasing the military budget to make our strength and our border stronger here in America. That's what creating a stronger military is about.
You just contradicted yourself. Because we're using that money for military bases around the world. Jason, I appreciate the description.
Our military personnel that are on those military bases, there is not one military personnel other than what Biden has just passed for the government contractors to now enter Ukraine. There's not one boots on ground in Ukraine as we speak. So we're funding
there's not U.S. boots on the ground, of course. Do you know what the Budapest Memorandum is, though?
No, I do not.
So we signed an agreement with Ukraine that if they give up their nuclear weapons, that we would defend them.
Okay.
Yeah, so that we're just upholding our agreement. Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I get it. I feel like us supporting all these other countries. I did border patrol down in Yuma, Arizona, or Sonora, Mexico, south of Yuma, Arizona. I've seen illegals cross the border.
Appreciate the turkey. Thank you so much. So I don't know why you refer to people as illegals. Appreciate the hypocrite.
People that cross the border illegally are illegal.
No, I don't know why you're referring to people as quote unquote illegals.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
It's a dehumanizing term. So refer to people as illegals. Appreciate you're amazing. Thank you so much.
Okay, so should I just say illegal immigrants and not people?
I mean, it would be better than saying illegals.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. I'm an old school military veteran that I don't know the proper terminology in this day and age. I know society is changing, so I'm trying to relearn a lot of the way I can.
Yeah. So if you're going to, I would say undocumented immigrants. But the point that I would make is that the issue isn't with the issue isn't with that. The issue is specifically with the asylum process, which the bipartisan border bill would have dealt with that. It was written by a Trump endorsed Republican, Langford, right?
Right.
It had Republican support, and Donald Trump called for people in Congress to not support it.
So the question I have for you is, because I heard you just speak to the gentleman about what you feel the process should be with making our border stronger and making a smooth transition or a smooth process. The question I have for you with the border concern, because this is why I also voted for Trump, is a stronger border, is what about individuals that are here on school visas and work visas to allow them a smooth transition process to be a U.S. citizen as well, instead of having to go back when their visa runs out, go back to their country, stay for a couple years, and then come back here.
If you want to make the visa process make more sense, I'm not arguing against making the visa process make more sense.
So that's I'm hopeful that that's what Trump will also address, because I actually have friends that are in relatives that are right now that are married to individuals that were here on a school visa and now have been forced to move with their spouses to Indonesia and other countries.
You understand? You understand? Literally, Republicans would be like engaging in the policy like that.
Well,
that's not like Democratic policy. Like, let's just be totally honest here.
Okay. And look, I know, and I don't know your stance as much as I do Dean's as far as Christianity or whatnot. And the last comment I'll make, and then
I'm
I'll
an agnostic atheist. I grew up in a Christian household.
Okay. I really voted for Trump. Steadfast on this is that I believe no matter if he's good or bad or evil or anything that everybody says about him. Okay. I believe wholeheartedly that he will do what it's going to take to put Bibles back into school. He's going to put prayer back into school, which is what we desperately need in this day and age. Our country was not in the problem that it is today when we had prayer in school and we had the Bibles in school.
You think
when we
prayer
had
and
the
Bible
Ten
should be in
Commandments
school?
outside the courthouse?
Yeah, I think that's crazy. Right? So you think that there should be church and state together?
I do.
Okay, so do you think that people who commit adultery should go to prison?
Well, I mean, they were stoned back in the Bible age, so.
Okay, so should we do that to Trump because he's committed adultery?
I can't cast a stone. I can't judge someone for what they've done. It even says that in the Bible.
So then you're pro-choice, right?
I am pro-choice, yes.
Okay, so then why'd you vote for someone that put people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade?
Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. No, I am not pro-choice. I'm pro-life. Sorry.
Oh.
I see. You twisted it. Yes.
So you do want to restrict people's access to abortion predicated off of your religion. So why do you want to do it in context of abortion, but you don't want to do it in the context of cheating?
Cheating has their own, their own laws and everything that falls back on that. I believe that when Trump said it now goes back to the states. Do what?
What? They're both sins. Why don't you want to put people in prison for adultery?
I mean, there is a crime against adultery in certain states.
Do you think people who commit adultery should go to prison?
No, I believe that.
Push the dollar. Why not?
I don't know
it's
what.
A sin.
Yeah, I know that, but what you're trying to say is that every sin should be treated the same, like the Ten Commandments says. So we're not here to say if you lie, if you cheat, you steal, you go to prison.
Okay, so then what you said that church and state should be one, but now you're saying church and state shouldn't be one.
When you are trying to talk about abortion in the way you talk about, the one thing that
you're just trying to control women, not enforce your religion.
The one thing that I have to say that I made a comment and nobody's been able to justify or make a comment back is this: if a person kills a pregnant woman and they are charged with double homicide, but yet you can have freedom to do abortion and kill a baby, a living creature inside of someone, inside of a womb. How? And they're not charged with anything, but it's free to do an abortion. I mean, do you think
it's wrong to kill sperm?
No, I don't think it's wrong to kill sperm.
But they're living.
No.
Okay, so you care about something other than just cellular life, right? You care about sentience.
When a heart is beating, that's the time of creation.
Okay, so do you think that no, it's actually not. Biologists say it's at conception. 1, 2 is it related to this?
I understand that.
2 is it related to this? Do you think that
do
you think a family who pulls the plug on an individual in their family that's brain dead, do you think they're murderers?
No, that's why you have a will.
Wait, but they have a heartbeat.
That's why you have a will.
Wait, no, let's say they don't have a will. Should the family have the choice?
To pull the plug?
Yeah.
That's a hard one, to be honest, because I don't want to be ever put in that situation. I'm hopeful that all my family members have wills. So if somebody looks at me and says, do you want to pull the plug?
In that situation, are they murderers?
No, they're not murderers. No,
okay, but they have a heartbeat.
It's a medical. Okay, wait.
They have a heartbeat, though.
What you just said is a medical reasoning, though.
Okay, but they have a heartbeat. So is the heartbeat what you value or not?
Having freedom to go have sex with someone and then.
So now you're talking about restricting people's freedom to have sex, and that's exactly what it comes down to. Is that you want to restrict people from engaging in sex? It's not that you care about the embryo.
It has nothing to do with that. If you decide to sleep with someone, just like I have done in my past, my deal is if I chose to sleep with someone and get them pregnant, then I should do whatever it takes to.
Okay, what about all the great victims in the United States that have had restricted access to abortion because Donald Trump put people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade that made their states determine that they should have a restricted access to abortion? What about that?
Rape is one of those situations that is always, approved for abortions. I don't.
Okay,
I
so
live
then
in Alabama,
why are you supporting someone? Why are you
conservative.
supporting someone that literally left it up to the states that he knew would restrict people's access to abortion in instances of assault?
I live in Alabama, one of the strongest ones under Meemaw Ivy, and I promise you, under her policy, not one law is out there that prohibits a female from having an abortion if she was raped.
Okay, so you understand that it's different in Texas and Idaho. It's different in other places in the United States. What I'm referencing certain states in which this does happen. It might not happen in Alabama. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to check on Alabama, but it is the case that there are other states that don't have these types of exceptions that Donald Trump knew was going to happen when he left it up to the states. And fundamentally speaking, that removes women's rights in this country. I don't think human rights, women's rights should be left up to the states. I think they should be protected federally, period.
So I think
why is this even an argument? Why is this even a question in our society that we're going to leave women's rights up to the states?
Because I think if you're a true Christian and you believe one day you're going to be standing before Christ.
I'm not Christian.
Hang on.
You don't enforce every sin.
Hang on. You have to hear this. At the day of judgment day, everybody's going to kneel before Christ, and you're going to either admit or deny that he is Christ. Everybody's going to kneel before him. And it even says that this worst sinner will kneel before him and say, you are God.
How do you know that's not this? How do you know that's not Satan?
It's not Satan, because Satan is going to be the ones that's all going to turn into rifles against Israel at the time of Armageddon.
So if you don't acknowledge them as God, do you get sent to a burning place of hell?
You do.
That sounds like Satan to me. If you don't accept them, you go to a burning place where you get tortured. So that sounds like Satan. That doesn't sound like a loving being to me.
God is given free choice for you to choose in this day and age how you're going to live.
Accept me or hell is not a free choice. Like, be totally honest. Is accept me or hell a free choice? Right? When you have a burning notion of hell, not every Christian has a burning notion of hell. Your notion of hell is literally torture. Okay? Accept me or torture is not free will.
Well, I just believe that if God looks at me and says, what have you done? How did you vote? Based on knowing my rules, laws, and policies I put forth.
You don't enforce all of the religion. You don't think that Donald Trump should go to prison for cheating on his wife. You don't think that should be the case. Yeah, that goes against your religion. That's literally in the 10 Commandments.
I believe he's going to be the one, though.
And Jesus talked all about helping the poor, feeding the hungry, right? Providing medical care for the sick, right? Jesus talked all about that and helping people in need, right? And he talked very little about enforcing that in terms of abortion. Push the money on. Talked very little about that. So why don't you talk more about the things that Jesus did and providing for the sick, the in need, right? Appreciate the handout. Thank you so much. The disenfranchised, right? Rather than specifically restrict women's access to abortion. Why don't we do that?
At the end of the day, I believe it's just, the all states, there should be the Roe v. Wade, I get with Roe v. Wade, but I believe there should be a federal law for all 50 states to at least approve the 3 reasons that Trump did. And then the states can then go from there. They can't add to, they can't take away, but they can add to. So the 3
leaving it up to the states restricts people's access to abortion. Are you saying there should be federal protections for the 3 exceptions?
For the 3 exceptions, yes.
Okay, so why aren't Republicans advocating for that policy?
I'm hoping they will.
Why won't they codify that into law?
I'm hoping they will, but that's not
Democrats would codify that into law. Why won't Republicans codify that into law? Why did Donald Trump advocate for that?
That's not what the left wants, though. You know that. The left wants
You
open
understand?
and free abortions.
Yeah, absolutely, there should be not free abortions, but like there should be abortions legal prior to sentience. Absolutely. You want to restrict women's access to abortion prior to sentience? That's insane.
Again, I believe at the time of heartbeat that
and you don't find a heartbeat valuable because I asked you about a brain dead individual and you didn't say it was murder, even though they have a heartbeat. So it's not the heartbeat that you consider to grant it value. It's specifically the fact that you want to restrict people from engaging in intercourse. That's literally what it is.
But okay, if the two situations that you just gave me, if you have someone that is in a hospital bed that is in vegetable state, and they are not
in a bed that's in as someone who's brain dead.
They're two different. The person that's in a womb is growing inside. So how do you know that baby is not going to be born and be what do you say, a promising member of society? The
How do you know that they won't be Jeffrey Dahmer?
That is laying in the bed.
How do you know that they won't be Jeffrey Dahmer? So again, I'm not advocating for we granted value just based upon a potential state. Well, because then sperm would be granted value because the sperm that created you had potential to be you before conception. That doesn't mean the sperm have rights. Are you arguing sperm have fucking rights?
No, I'm not.
Jason, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you so much. No, so if we're not arguing sperm have rights, even though there's potential, well, then I don't understand what the argument here is in terms of just potential, right? We're going to say potential is valuable insofar as that there's a past or a present established. Not prior to a past or a present established. Because then that's just going to like yield absurd reductios.
Right.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or admin?
No, I'm good. Thank you, though.
All right, for sure. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Y'all only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. I would just take into account the abortion view because I think this abortion view is the one that makes sense. Because sperm rights. Am I right, chat? Sperm rights. What's up? How old are you?
Oh, holy shit. Yeah, I'm 22.
Did you vote Trump?
I did not make it out. I didn't even vote, but I would gladly play devil's advocate for either side.
Big one. I have
what's up? How old are you?
Something like that. And he has a lot on his plate.
All right, let's get this next individual up here. What's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 18.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Well, I've been seeing everything on the news and everything, and my family are from Mexico, but we came in legally, and I just find it kind of like, offensive that there's so many illegal immigrants are entering the country right now.
Let me ask you a question. Trump wants to do mass deportation. How is he going to identify that someone is undocumented or to ask someone if they're undocumented?
Wouldn't it say it on file? If we're actually U.S. citizens, we would have it on file. But
so how do you know who to go up to see if they have that filing?
Dude, I'm not the one responsible for that.
Okay, well, I'm just asking. How do you know? Because it sounds like Republicans are going to advocate for people to be racially profiled.
That's not how things work.
That's exactly how they're going to do it. So can you tell me the process in which they're going to identify that someone is here undocumented? Because that's all I've ever heard from Trump supporters is that they would just start racially profiling people.
Well, Kamala did have that app.
Kamala.
Well, I'm going to call it Kamala.
That app existed under Trump's administration. I hope you know that.
That's not true.
It did. It existed in 2020, right? And that was under Trump's administration because of COVID.
Okay, well, they took it over and they gave it to the illegal immigrants. So they basically
that's people seeking asylum.
For food.
That's people seeking asylum. The food stamps are state policy, and that's for people on asylum. That's legal migration.
Okay, then they could tell from that. They could track them from that.
Say that again?
they can track them from that.
Detract who from that?
The people who have the app and the ones who have that information.
Yeah, those people are on the asylum process. That's a legal process.
Bitch, you could go fuck yourself, you fucking faggot.
Well, you're so mad for no reason. What the fuck is wrong with you? Using slurs like that is insane. You should honestly be embarrassed. Not only should you be embarrassed in yourself, but you should be embarrassed in what you like try to perpetuate in our society. Because there's 10,000 people in this live, dude. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Old enough.
Okay, and did you vote Trump?
Of course, man.
What's your birth year?
Bro, come on now. I'm a grown ass.
If you don't answer, I'll kick you from the stream.
You're mad already. 1996, motherfucker. Goddamn. Chill.
No, I just have to make sure that people are of age so that I can have them in the live. And I wasn't sure. I don't know why you're so hostile. I do this with every person who comes on my live, and it's not an issue.
Because you're always hostile with people.
I'm not hostile.
Yeah, you're never wrong in your head.
How am I never wrong?
I've never seen you say, okay, my bad. You're right. I'm wrong. You always right in your head, bro. That makes no sense.
No, I've said I was wrong on plenty of scenarios. I used to be a Trump supporter. I was wrong. Jay, thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much.
You were wrong for being a Trump supporter.
Yeah, I was a Trump supporter and I was wrong, yeah.
Are you living in delusion still, man?
Do you think that Trump won the 2020 election?
I knew you were going to ask that. You asked everybody that. He lost.
He lost? Well, so is Trump living in delusion?
Look, are you 15? Anyways.
Do you have a response to what I just said? Is Trump living in delusion? Yes or no?
Time to really just grow up and stop spreading all this fear-mongering stuff. Like, the American people have chosen their...
Answer the question. Is Trump living in delusion?
Trump living in delusion. Bro,
You're so mad that you can't answer the question. You're so mad that you can't acknowledge reality and that you're living in delusion because you can't acknowledge that Trump is clearly delusional for thinking the climate change is a hoax and that the climate is going to start cooling. Science just doesn't know it yet. That the 2020 election was stolen. That's what he thinks, right? He's literally fucking insane, delusional. He thinks that whales are dying from windmills and numbers never seen before. This guy is fucking insane.
Still on TikTok live trying to advocate for Kamala, bro. Chill. You're delusional.
I'm still on TikTok live trying to get people ready for the next election so that we don't elect leaders like Donald Trump in the future, because there's a lot of work to be done in this country and a lot of people that are misinformed in this country. And what we have to do is we have to engage with the people that are misinformed in this country for us to produce change. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm dedicated to doing it because I'm going to do it for years. And I've done it for years. Okay, I'm fucking dedicated to changing the perspectives people have. And if you're mad that I'm on here defending right things that actually fucking make sense, that are common sense, that benefit people's lives, well, then you're just mad that I'm doing the right thing. First, the hands up. And I find satisfaction in the fact that people like you that are so disingenuous that can't acknowledge right that I'm here trying to better people's lives, right? Push the hand heart, push the rock star, right? Get to see that I'm doing it every single day on live. You're shown on your For You page every single day that I'm doing it. Push the paper crane.
Are you serious?
Push the blooming. Thank you so much. Am I seriously what?
Who changes her accent depending on what?
Oh my God. Do you know what code switching is? Alicia, thank you so much for the $1. Victorious, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I appreciate it on Cash App. Thank you.
If Trump did that, it'd be the end of the world. There's
no reason for Trump to code switch. Oh, you got harassment and bullying, Justin. All right, let's get on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Yo, appreciate the little crown. If you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get to 1 million likes. Also, thank you everyone for 1 million followers. It's fucking insane. Honestly, insane. We hit that yesterday, which is unfucking believable. Yo, what's up, how old are you? You're driving. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump in 2024. Push the confettis. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Did you vote Trump? Push the little crown.
I did vote Trump, yeah.
Why so?
I like his policies on immigration. I think I'm in support of the mass deportation that will be taking place.
How do you identify that someone's undocumented? And Fair, thank you so much. I appreciate the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Fair.
How do you identify which ones are undocumented?
Yeah, how do you know who's undocumented or who to go up to ask if they're undocumented?
You're asking me what process they're going to use to be able to do that. I'm not going to have an answer for you. Obviously, I'm not in that administration.
He has no plan.
What?
He has no plan.
I mean, I don't care what they do. They're going to do it. I don't care if it takes going door to door and asking people for their papers. If they don't have them, yeah, get out of the country. Why are you here in the first place?
Okay, so how do you know who to go up to?
Well, there's obviously areas. Let's start with the 20 states that Kamala won. That,
like for example, my girlfriend's Mexican. Would you say that you would want the police to go up to her and ask her if she has papers because she's Mexican?
Yep.
That's fucking disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Because should they go up to me? Here's the elephant and ask me if I have papers.
I wouldn't be against them going up to everyone.
So they should go up to you and me.
I don't care. Yeah, I have my papers, dude. I can show them. If you have nothing,
I don't go to this. I don't go to the store with my papers. Where's that mustache?
No, they'll come to your door. But
two, is it relate to this?
They come to your door, and just let me talk for a second.
Come to your door?
Have nothing to worry about. If you haven't broke the law, then why does it press you that hard, dude?
Because I don't want to live in a society where my girlfriend, because she's Mexican, is profiled by the police for being Mexican in America. Right? She was born in this country, and because she's Mexican American, she should have to deal with that.
Parker, you're getting insane. Listen.
I'm not insane. You're the one advocating for mass deportation.
Let me respond.
Glasses.
Now, please respond.
Go ahead, bud.
It's not profiling if you do it to everyone, in which I said I would be in support of.
So you want to go up to every single person's door? Should we go up to Donald Trump and ask him for his papers?
Yes, I don't care. Everyone. Yes, he's already proved that he's a citizen, so it doesn't matter. But yes, still do it. Again, I don't care. I don't care how they do it. Go up to every single person in America and say,
every single person.
Show us that you can. Show us that.
How expensive is that going to be?
Well, obviously, it's not going to be just one institution that pays for all of it. They can send out people that are to their local chambers.
Susan, thank you for the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Susan. I really appreciate the $50. Thank you so much, Susan. Can we get some W's for Susan in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Susan. I'm getting steamrolled. What point? Jared, what point did I get steamrolled on? And are you jealous? Are you jealous? Are you jealous, Jared?
I'm not jealous. It's crazy how you
sound really jealous right now, Jared.
And then right after you get a donation, you'll just pivot to something else.
Oh, I'm not pivoting. You're just jealous.
I think you do it whenever you get back into
You're so mad. You literally didn't even want to address what I just said. That immediately you had to be like, "Oh, you're just literally getting the donations for literally getting dog walked." And you can't even tell me what you beat me on.
Into a corner.
You can't even tell me what you beat me on, right? And you also just are not addressing my points. Push the goose. I literally addressed it. Push the hat mustache. And Tania, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you for what you do. Bravo. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Tania. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I already have addressed every question you've asked me. Do you have another question for me?
You didn't tell me the process in which they're going to. You said every single person. We haven't gone through it yet fully. Let me please finish my question. Let me please finish. I would love to finish my question. So, so again, you said go up to every single person's country. Should we go up to infants?
Oh, thanks, Christina.
Should we go up to kindergartners?
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean,
Austin, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Yo, you kindergartner, you need to prove that you're here legally.
I mean, they're not 18 or older, so I mean, I don't see a point.
Okay, so people who are under 18 can't be here undocumented?
They can still, I mean, obviously go to their families, but I mean, if they're in the school system,
live on air. Thank you so much. Push the animal ban. Thank you so much. You know that there are undocumented kids in this country that do get education?
Right. They have to have some kind of they have to have something to be able to go to school though still. So, I mean, you can't just throw a kid into the school system.
Austin, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Children into the school system and not having
Let's violate everyone's constitutional rights. Oh my God.
Are you kidding me? You're in support of just
You're violating everyone's constitutional rights. Chris, push the dollar. I'm in support of everyone who's
going into the American school system. That's what you just said.
I am in support of everyone who's in this country who's not committing violent crimes or bad crimes, specifically to be given a pathway to citizenship, right, and to make the process go faster, safer and faster. And the legal pathway takes 5 to 7 years. And talk about breaking the law. You voted. By the way, you voted. Listen. You voted in a criminal. You voted in a violent sexual abuser.
Dude, why are you getting so emotional? Is it?
What do you mean emotional? I'm just calling out your behavior.
No,
I'm not
you're
emotional.
Just yelling louder.
Erica,
and
thank you so
louder
much for the
and
meteor
louder.
shower. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm not yelling right now.
Dude, calm down.
Are you okay, Jared? I'm not yelling.
Calm down.
No one's
Calm
yelling
down.
at you, Jared.
Why are you getting so upset?
I'm not upset. I'm clearly not upset.
All right, well, let's do one thing. How about you talk and then I get to talk, so that way we don't interrupt each other, so that way we can actually have civil conversation. That's what you like, right? That's what you advocate for, is having these conversations. Let's have one and let's not interrupt each other every time, you get upset with something I say.
What do you mean upset? I don't know why you're gaslighting me.
I'm not gaslighting you.
You're
I'm just saying
like I'm
every time
upset
I
and
start
emotional
talking,
when
you
I'm
interrupt
clearly
me.
not upset or emotional.
Every time I start talking, you interrupt me. So I'm going to let you talk for as long as you want.
Appreciate the future encounters. Thank you so much. Do you need a Kleenex, Jared?
And then I can respond.
Do you need a Kleenex?
Come on, go ahead.
Do you need a Kleenex?
I'm letting
you go to
talk.
your safe space, your MAGA safe space.
I'm letting you talk.
Massage.
Go ahead.
Well, I have nothing else to say. I already
Really?
made my point. Push the money gun.
It was that easy?
What was that easy?
Bro, you haven't proved any point to why me voting for Trump was bad.
Well, I indicated that it's going to be terrible policy for mass deportation. You just advocated for violating everyone's constitutional rights.
But how did
I
you
also
prove to me
referenced the
that?
fact that he's a violent sexual abuser, a criminal, and that you wouldn't want people who meet those particular
Did I
criteria
say
in the country.
anything about that? No, I said
thank
I
you so much for
voted
the
for Trump
$1.47.
simply because I like
because you didn't respond to what I said.
policy.
What policy?
I never said that I voted for. I just said
Santana,
that
thank
I
you so much for
like
the $5 for dealing with an upset and emotional Jared. Thank you so much.
I like that.
Gurneel, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Thank you so much. Lily, thank you so much for the $3 to buy Jared a Kleenex, since you were quote unquote yelling at him.
I've been getting some Venmos too, but I'm not going to back out to thank them. But it's whatever.
Jared, no one would send you money.
No, people in this live are, so that's cool.
So what would they say? And what was their name?
There was a Christina.
First the hanging lights. Really? And what did Christina tell you? I can't hear you right now currently. What did Christina tell you?
Talking to Parker is insufferable. You should probably just give up.
Really? Crispy, I appreciate the epic GG. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. That's basically what most people that watch you think. So
Really? Is that... Wait,
and it's typically
Jared, and what do most people think when they watch you?
I don't do this. I don't go live.
If you don't like Jared, and since you've watched... Wait, listen. I appreciate love you. Everyone in here has watched Jared. If you have a negative opinion of Jared, type 3 in the comment section right now.
Or just start a poll, W Jared and the W Parker.
Appreciate the superpower. Thank you so much. Yeah, we can do that.
Just do that.
Well, there was already... Look at all those 3s, brother.
Most sent, W Jared, 53. Huh.
There's literally... Look at all the 3s. You want to see right after? Oh, look at all those 3s. Look at all those 3s.
Yeah,
There was a lot more 3s than there were Jared stuff, so...
Do your little poll. And then we'll move on to
okay,
the
everyone.
topic.
Smiley face for me, crying face for Jared. Smiley face for me, crying face for Jared. You have to click the thing down here. Smiley face for me, crying face for Jared. That's rough, dude. That's rough.
It's pretty good for being on your platform, in my opinion.
Well, no, because there's going to be people that disagree with me.
Let it go. Just let it go.
You know, all the people that are disagreeing with me, right, aren't just saying it because they like you. They're saying it because they disagree with me. So there's 1,200 people that watch my content that disagree with me. Crispy, thank you so much for the epic GG. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the epic GGs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
12,000 people watching.
Tiffany, thank
right
you so
now.
much for the $2. Brianna,
Brianna,
thank you so much for the $5. What's up?
So you got 12,000 people watching right now. How is there only like this many people that are responding to their poll?
Because not everyone is going to click it, and people are just listening.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So anyway, yeah. So
Christina, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
Did you give me one reason why me voting for Trump based on how I respect his views on immigration are? How that's going to be a detriment to society, like how that's bad, that we're going to be actually holding people accountable.
Because you're violating constitutional rights.
How?
You're literally going to knock on everyone's door. You want to knock on everyone's door and ask for papers. How do you know when to stop knocking on doors?
Parker?
How do you know when to stop knocking on doors?
When there's no more undocumented immigrants in the country.
Yeah, that's going to be never.
Well, I mean, as long as we keep,
that's literally never.
as long as
That's
we keep
literally
not
never. He
upholding
wants
the
to be
law, then
knocking
yeah, you're
on your
right, Parker,
door
I agree with
and
you.
having the
As long as-
government forcefully come into your house and ask you for papers, right?
Yeah.
Without any type of core document that indicates they have the right to do so, right? Because he
Hold
wants to
up.
check if you're an undocumented
I've
immigrant
seen you and
continually.
other creators.
Jess, thank you so much for the $20 for going against someone so insufferable.
I've seen you and other creators literally get on here and advocate for like
Christina, thank you so much for the $5
policies, better pew policies. So my question on that is, how are you going to do that? How are you going to go door to door and take people's pews away that you don't feel?
No one advocated for doing that.
But do you believe there's people that shouldn't own pews?
Well, yeah, there are certain people, like for example, through red flag laws,
felons,
and Donald
right?
Trump believes in it.
No, felons.
Listen. Donald Trump believes red flag laws. Rachel, thank you so much for the 3 months. Donald Trump believes in red flag laws. Do you want to hear Donald Trump say, "Take the guns"?
No, because you're pivoting now. Listen, just.
Do you want to hear Donald Trump say?
No, I don't, because that's irrelevant.
Do you want to hear Donald Trump say, "Take the guns first and do due process second"?
No, I don't, because that
okay, well, that's what he said.
What I'm talking about. Parker.
That's what he said.
I said, do you? Now
you really can't. You can't acknowledge that.
No, because that has nothing to do with the conversation.
What do you mean? It's nothing to do with the conversation. It has everything to do with what you're referencing.
Listen, just listen to my question. You were advocate. Do you believe that there are people that are other than felons?
Right. Thank you so much for the dollar. Thank you.
Own pews.
Violent offenders.
Okay, so how would you? Okay, would taking their pews away be unconstitutional?
Would be no, I don't think it's unconstitutional to take away someone's. I
think the only reason you should.
No, I think the Supreme Court has already identified. Hey, listen, the Supreme Court has already ruled on this, saying that it is the case that you can restrict violent offenders from being able to have access to guns.
However, that would be unconstitutional, though.
What?
If they're not a felon and you're taking away their their right to bear arms, that's quite.
No. Currently, under U.S. law, violent offenders cannot get access to guns, according to the Supreme Court.
So is that unconstitutional though?
No, it's not unconstitutional to take away their guns, because again, the Supreme Court has identified that it's not unconstitutional.
So it's whatever the Supreme Court identifies it to be, right?
And I don't think necessarily. Mo, I prescription. Thank you so much. I don't think necessarily, but I do think that given that
the Supreme Court says sending all the illegal aliens.
Can you be quiet? Hey, I'll just, if you unmute yourself one more time, I'll kick you from the stream. Push the hand art. Okay, try it. Do it again. I dare you. Push the hand art. I fucking dare you. Good boy. Yeah. So again, the Supreme Court. I'm not saying they're always right. I'm saying it's more probable in this circumstance, given that we don't have an opposing or alternative argument. Now you can unmute.
Parker, if I fly you to Nashville, would you debate me one-on-one?
No, you're a rando.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
What's the incentive for me to not go live and fly to fucking Nashville?
Well, because you won't have a mute button.
I don't care.
Yeah, you won't have a mute button.
Okay. You want a cookie? Or you want a Kleenex? Sorry, my bad.
I mean, it's just like you're advocating for censorship at this point, too.
Censorship? Well, no, this is my platform. Of course, on my platform, I have the right to control what happens on the platform. Donald Trump kicks people out of his rallies for telling them that it's boring.
And Kamala kicks people out of hers for saying that Jesus is Lord. What's the difference?
No, for being Trump supporters and heckling the crowd. Of course, you believe that misinformation. We're still live on air. Ali, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you. Autumn, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Fatima, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. How is Trump going to pay for mass deportation? Trump won't. It's going to be debt spending.
Under what you just said a second ago, you're basically saying if the Supreme Court identifies it as not unconstitutional, then it's fine. So therefore, if the Supreme Court says, hey, let's send all the illegal aliens back to their country, then it's not unconstitutional, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, so he's actually I'm not saying it's unconstitutional to deport people. What I would argue in terms of that is that the policies he'd advocate for negatively impact people, right? Don't benefit the conditions at the border, right? And he clearly showed that he didn't care about the border being an issue under his own worldview, because he didn't he called for people in Congress to undermine the bipartisan border bill.
Yeah, and I want you to understand where I'm coming from, too. I'm not just talking about our southern border. I think it should be equal among all borders.
Oh, so should we have a wall on our northern border?
Yeah, Canadians, people who, it doesn't matter where you come from.
You want to put a wall on our northern border?
No, not a wall. I'm just saying.
Why not?
Because
these are the same.
The access of entry is not as in such crazy amounts like our southern border where they're just pouring in.
Oh, okay. So because of the level of migration.
Yeah,
Is that the reason? Yeah. So there are more.
Clearly, we're doing a better job.
So should we restrict people from flying into the country because there are people that fly in the country and stay here? Where's the blooming? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Parker, why is it that there are?
And Caitlin, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Why is it there more people come from Canada? I mean, come from Mexico than any other country illegally to America? Why is that?
That's not true. Natasha, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much.
What countries? What countries are
people? So they come from countries. It's not just one country as a majority.
I'm not talking about people who are staying on visas. I'm talking about people who are coming into the country, like walking across the border. Why is
okay? So there's a difference between walking across the border, right, and people coming to the country undocumented, because there are people that fly here and overstay visas.
Yeah, I'm not talking about overstaying visas. Yeah,
that's still undocumented immigration.
They should be deported too. I'm not talking about that.
That's still undocumented immigration, dude. What? This guy is so fucking contradictory.
The same way that if I go to England and I have a visa for 90 days and I stay for 6 months, I would expect.
Caitlin, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, that's no different, dude.
Natasha, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you.
I would be an illegal. I'm not. Illegal does not mean.
I don't have the like the ability to add more mods. Yeah. So Jared, what'd you say?
I said being illegal does not hold you to a certain race. I'm saying I can be an illegal if I go to England or Australia on a 3-month visa and I end up staying for 2 years and they find me. I would be an illegal Australian at that point.
Yeah, but you know that it's specifically targeted towards people that are non-white. Typically, like you guys do not say this shit about white migrants. You don't. You just don't say it about white migrants.
That's the difference. You didn't ask me. I would say anybody who is here undocumented that does not have a right to be here should not be here and should go back to the country.
Again, I'm saying the processes that you would use to get people out of the country. You said you'd go up to everyone. I don't believe you would engage in legislation that would do that. Cameron, thank you so much for $2. And I like how you say this, but you're supporting Donald Trump, who does not support that particular policy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
he does not have that plan.
I'm not saying that I support everything, but I'm saying there are more undocumented.
Yeah, no, but you understand that you're supporting them in despite of the fact that these things are going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I still think people who have got here legally from Mexico should not be here. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, again, right? You're just not responding. Okay, wait. So then I have a question. So then, do you support the bipartisan border bill?
I mean,
he's really about secure borders until it comes to things that Trump disagrees with. Where's the massage? Look at that.
Well, no, I mean, I'm not there. So, right. That's not my job is to look at bills.
Can you tell me one provision that you disagree with?
Say again?
Can you tell me one provision you disagree with? Arizona, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much.
What I believe in is very simple. It's very cut and dry. You don't have to think about it too much. What I believe in is if you're not here legally, if you have no right to be here, you shouldn't be here. I don't think. Can you argue with that?
Wait, what percent of people that come to the country through the southern border are undocumented?
I would say a lot.
It's 3.3% according to Pew Research. Okay, so if it's 3.3%, how are you going to identify that someone is undocumented unless you go through the process?
If you hop the border and claim asylum,
the same way we do.
If you hop the border and you claim asylum
legal.
and they give it to you,
asylum is legal.
Hold up.
That they don't give it to you instantly. That's not how it works. They give you a court date.
Please let me talk about this.
Well, you just lied about it. So
if you hop the border and claim asylum and you gain it instantly, I do not consider you not breaking the law. Like, dude, that's pathetic. Nobody should be able to claim
asylum. That's still legal. It's still legal.
No, it shouldn't be though.
You could say it shouldn't be legal. What legislation do you support to change that? What legislation? Wait, no. Answer the question. What legislation do you support to change that?
I mean, no. There's going to be something put into place. Obviously, that's why you're up here advocating against it because you don't want it to happen.
No. What legislation do you support to change? Wait. Can you answer my question? What legislation do you support to change this current asylum process?
I mean, he's not in office yet, so he hasn't had time to do anything.
I'm asking, what policy do you support?
There isn't an answer to that question yet.
I don't even have concepts of a plan.
There isn't an answer to that question yet because he's not.
I have concepts of a plan.
What you're talking to, that was referring healthcare or something, right? That was not even referring.
Yeah. I know, but I'm just referring to the idea that you don't have shit.
Okay, so listen, hear me out. You voted for.
I have concepts of ideas of a concept of a plan.
You voted for Kamala Harris, right?
Yeah, I did vote for Kamala Harris.
And she won in 20 states. Those 20 states were the only ones that you didn't have to show ID to vote. Isn't that a coincidence?
Wait, you understand that? How do you register?
I mean, how do you register to vote?
Yeah, do you have to identify yourself to register to vote?
I mean, I did.
Yeah, that's how it works, Jared.
Yeah, but
nice brain cell count.
No, but I'm talking about people can just show up.
Yeah, they already registered.
And they can't.
Dole, thank you so much for the $6. Thank you so much. Yes. You have to register to vote. That's how it works. Jared, I'm sorry that you just figured this out. Appreciate the handout.
Are you refusing to see that nobody else in this country agrees with you? No, wait, aren't you California?
Nobody agrees with me. If you agree with me, type 3 in the comment section.
Yeah, you're still gonna need another 70 something million people, Parker.
Really? Look at all those 3s.
Yeah, look
at all those 3s.
Yeah, well, they should have got out and voted.
They did. They actually did.
Oh, yeah, they were in a blue state, right? And it didn't matter.
No, it still matters in blue states. I still think the popular vote matters. I think keeping states blue matters.
Oh, yeah, it does matter. That's why Trump won the popular and the electoral.
Yeah, good for him, right? And at least we acknowledge the election results and we don't deny them. So I like how you guys think that this election was free and fair.
Jared,
the
2020 election was rigged.
Do you think it was rigged?
Proves it. Yes, if you cannot look at the results of this past election and then say that 2020 was not rigged,
you can't say because they lost 11 million votes. You can't say because Democrats lost 11 million votes that means that the last election was rigged. That's an insane thing. Also, if the last election was rigged, why didn't they rig this one?
If the last election was rigged,
the brain cell count on this one is beyond fucking believable.
No.
If they rigged the last one, why didn't they rig this one?
Because they had eyes on them.
Natasha, thank you for $2. They had eyes on them on the last election.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
They absolutely did.
No, they didn't. Trump called them out.
They undeniably did. It was literally one of the most studied elections in history. You understand that there were audits, there were court cases, there were recounts.
I'm just gonna let you talk.
Yeah, there were audits, recounts, court cases, over 60 plus court cases that indicated no sufficient evidence to overturn the election. So you can sit there and you can continue to deny the election results of 2020. Right? I appreciate that, the cap. Thank you so much. Or you can acknowledge reality and stop being delusional. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Trump called them out for cheating in Philadelphia 3 hours into the election. They
cheated? Are you saying that Pennsylvania was rigged?
Nope.
No.
Please let me finish. You're cutting me off. I'll let you talk. Now can I talk? All right. 15 minutes after he said that, they went on live air to cover their asses, basically, because they knew they had eyes on them. You had firefighters coming in to count ballots. How more unprepared could you be as a state, knowing going into it that you're going to be one of the most important states for this election? They was not prepared at all. And
so they're just not prepared to steal this one, yet they stole the last one completely prepared. That makes total sense. They just weren't prepared after they were prior prepared for the same thing.
Tell you, what states did it come down to in 2020, Parker? Let me ask you.
Well, obviously, we'd reference the blue wall. We'd obviously reference states like Nevada and Arizona, Georgia specifically flipping.
Yeah, how many of those states won this year?
So none of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not disputing that, right? But you're not understanding that it is the case that, right, that this doesn't change whether or not it's a rigged or not election. This was not rigged. If it was rigged, they would have won those fucking states again. That is why you're so delusional. That's why you're so insane. Because it is the case that we literally had all eyes on the election in 2020. Trump was claiming it was likely to be rigged before. That's what he did. There were eyes on the election. And Donald Trump literally tried to undermine it by sending false slates of electors to Electoral College to cast Trump votes when he didn't win.
All I said is when you have eyes on you, you're more than likely to follow the rules. And they didn't have eyes on them in 2020 at the amounts that they did this year. knowing that Trump was one of the only presidents that ever said, "Hey, this was a rigged election," called it out, and all of the stuff that happened.
There was no evidence. What evidence was there?
Let's see, there was well, even this year, but there was in 2020 we saw the bags, or no, the
David, think of the $5. Thank you. Wow, this is
USPS
great.
trucks. It was the mail trucks, that were coming in with
The mail trucks, yeah.
And they were dropping off tons of ballots,
the mail trucks that were just dropping off ballots, which is literally their job.
No, whose job? Who were they appointed by?
So you don't think that mail-in ballots? Who's going to be transporting the mail-in ballots?
No, it wasn't
people
even
designated by the state to transfer the mail-in ballots. So people were transferring the mail-in ballots that the state determined that they could.
Who was working?
Give me a source. One source.
Dude, I'll just have to show you the video. But
give me a source. Give me a source.
Clear.
Yeah, because I know the video you're referencing is literally of someone who's conducting a legal transfer of ballots.
That's why. I mean, that's why the win was too big to rig this year.
The win was too big to rig. You guys barely got any more votes. You got like less than 1 million more votes. What are you talking about? What do you mean too big to rig? If they literally if the Democrats got the same votes they won last time, they would have won.
2024.
If Democrats got the same votes they got last time, they would have won.
We barely got any more votes. Are you kidding me? Dude, we didn't just win. We mopped the floor with her, bro. 312 to 226.
You're not actually... Okay, so I like how you can't argue like why you should vote for one candidate or the other. You just have to say, oh, we won. We won. Haha, we won.
75.
We won. Last election was rigged, so we still won that one.
71.9.
We won the last election too because it was rigged, even though I have no fucking evidence. I can't give you a single court case. I can't give you a single lawyer that will say it. I can't give you anyone. All I can say is sit up here and say it was rigged. I feel like it was rigged, and this election proves that it was rigged. Dude, you're a fucking joke, man. It's embarrassing. Give me an argument.
Looks like
give me an argument. Give me
Harris is a
something
joke.
legitimate. Don't just come up here and be like, dude, Donald Trump said that it was rigged, so I'm gonna believe it's rigged. There's no election. There's no proof. There were just people that were moving the ballots. I swear they were not people that were designated to do it, but I can't provide any proof of that. Trust me, please. Oh my God, Trump won. Put the fries in the bag. Put the fries in the bag right now. Trump won. He won. Put the fries in the bag.
And it wasn't just by a little, dude. That's by a lot.
Dude, is that all you can do? Give me an argument for why Trump was it.
Bro.
Why did you vote for Trump? Why did you vote for him?
I told you, I agree with his. I agree with him on mass deportation.
Is that it?
Taking place.
Oh, you got flagged for election integrity and civic and election integrity. Well, you did say the last election was rigged. So, what's up? How old are you?
What's up?
All right. How old are you?
Can you hear me?
Are you driving?
Hold on. Let me connect. No.
Yeah, he's clearly driving. All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. If you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio. Let's get this next individual up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. What's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm 18.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes, I did.
What's your birth year? First little crown.
What?
What's your birth year?
You're cutting out. I can't hear you.
No, you can hear me. What's your birth year?
What?
What the fuck is wrong with people? What's up? How old are you?
I'm 36.
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Oh, why so?
Because he's the best.
Why?
Grass, and mud also stick to Multi-Poo's hair, and you need to...
Okay, nice. Well, dude, that was a great argument. Get off my life. All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you will be voting for Trump, or if you did vote for Trump. All right, everyone. Dean's going to come over right now, everyone. Can we get some W Deans in the comment section real quick? Everyone, W Deans in the comment section. He's about to come over right now, and he's about to raid the live, everyone. So tap that screen. Let's make the live go crazy, everyone. Let's make the live go crazy. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
How's it going? I'm 22.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes, I did.
Are you driving?
No. It may sound like it, but I'm not actively driving, but I'm sitting in my truck, yeah.
Okay, so why'd you vote for Trump?
Okay, so I voted for Trump because, well, first off, I kind of want to say that I think to the average working class American, the Democratic Party currently as it stands kind of represents, the more elitist class of society, whereas like 15 years ago it was kind of like the inverse. Now the Democrats are the highest income earners and the
Wait. When you say
educated.
represents, what policies?
I don't want to say necessarily representative as in policies, but subservient to the donor class, essentially.
Okay. So then why don't we reference the fact that Trump went to top fossil fuel exec, said if you give me $1 billion for my campaign, I'll give you $110 billion in tax cuts.
Well, yeah, but didn't Kamala get $1 billion for her campaign? And
wait, but she didn't go to fossil fuel execs and say that if you give me this money, I'll give you $110 billion in tax cuts. She didn't do that, right? Her tax policy is predominantly going to positively impact the lower and middle class, whereas Donald Trump's tax policy would predominantly help rich people at the expense of poor people in this country because tariffs would cause taxes to go up for poor people in this country. Mika, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you.
So on tariffs, though, isn't it only on items that are coming from China? Whereas if they were produced in America,
universal.
there wouldn't
20% universal tariff, 60 to 100% on China.
Okay, yeah, because I thought it was only no tariffs if it's produced in this country, right?
So if you produce, listen, a tariff is a tax on an imported good. So if you produce it in the country, there's not going to be a tariff on that good because it's produced in the country. But we still get goods from
that would incentivize people to produce goods in the country.
Yes, but it would decrease the size of the U.S. economy. It would cause economic decline. It would devalue the U.S. dollar because it would disincentivize trade with the United States and lower demand on the U.S. dollar. It would specifically cut export jobs because other countries would place tariffs on us, and it would cause prices to go up for American consumers.
Well, so then should we also be okay with like child slave labor in China? And
okay, so then you want to cut off. Okay, so you want to cut off complete trade with China. Is that what you're arguing?
Not necessarily.
Okay, so then are you saying you want some of that labor?
I think more of that labor should be provided to American citizens.
Ross, are you saying that? Okay, so are you saying that you want that labor still?
In what context?
Are you saying that you want child slave labor? Is that what you just argued?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what you're arguing.
No, that's what you're arguing because you just said you don't want to cut off trade completely. You said trade with China necessarily implies that there's child slave labor. Okay, well then your trade with China would necessarily imply that. 1. 2, you have universal tariffs. Universal tariffs would apply to countries that don't have these particular work conditions.
Okay. Well, I'll just talk about why I voted for Trump then, and we'll move on to something else. I wanted to say that I really like that RFK is taking on a lot of the bad chemicals that we eat every single day, all the bad things that we spray on our crops every single day. I like that he's promoting health, especially to our youth in this country. I think that's something that's really important. And secondly, I really like the stuff that he's doing for free speech.
So wait,
obviously,
you said you like what he's doing for free speech. Okay, so
just let me finish my point. Okay. The policy that he's enacting is, if you work in the federal government, you can't contact a private organization to, I don't know what you're going to bring up. Oh, you're a free speech apologist, yada, yada, yada. No one in the federal government can contact a private organization.
You're not even making a point right now. Can I respond?
Yeah,
you're literally not even making a point. Okay, in terms of RFK making us more healthy, he literally disputes vaccines are safe and effective. That's going to make us less healthy, right? You're arguing he's going to make us more healthy, yet he's also advocating for a guy that wants to gut the EPA regulations and literally believes climate change is a hoax. Yeah, how is that going to make us more healthy? And then also in terms of the policies you're advocating for, he literally completely fucking went against his entire environmental career. What are you talking about? This guy has no values.
You're saying RFK has no values?
Yes.
He's a classic
fundamentally
liberal.
Went against them.
But we wouldn't even be having this conversation right now if he was on Kamala's cabinet.
Kamala?
But anyway.
Yes, I would still disagree with him. I'd still say he's a conspiracy nut. because I can critique my own party?
Well, but the only reason you have those certain critiques are, oh my God, he has brainworms, is because he's on Trump's cabinet.
I never even said that.
Well, I'm just saying that's what
I could have talked about the fact that he literally I could have talked about the fact that he decapitated a bear. Appreciate the live on air. Thank you so much. And took the body of the bear into the middle of like a park in New York, just for fucking fun.
So, what do you think about Trump banning federal regulators from going and working in that industry immediately after they're done regulating in the industry?
I don't have an issue with that. But like, why are we
so
pivoting? Why are we pivoting?
Well, because I think you're just.
If you want to pivot, let's pivot. Okay.
You're just steelmanning every argument I have and not trying to.
Steelmanning? You used it wrong. You mean straw man. Steelman would mean I'm supporting your position to the best of its possible capacity.
You're right.
Okay.
You're strawmanning my position.
I'm not strawmanning. How am I strawmanning?
Because all I brought up was the fact that, yes, I mean, we can both acknowledge the fact that there are some chemicals that as far as the RFK stuff, you can acknowledge the fact that there are some things that we ingest every day that isn't necessarily helpful to us as Americans. I mean, we have the most obese, most medicated population in the entire world, yet we live in the most advanced society in 2024. But we have to sit here and say that this dude's a conspiracy theorist and he has
he is a fucking conspiracy theorist because his policies don't specifically actually advocate for people to become more healthy. They advocate for people to be less healthy. If you wanted people to be more healthy in this country, you'd advocate for universal health care. If you wanted people to be more healthy in this country, you'd expand the child tax credit so that less children live in poverty.
I'm pretty sure.
If you wanted more people to be healthy in this country,
country,
no, he's not, because Donald Trump does not have that policy. Donald Trump does not have a child care policy, a health care policy, a housing affordability policy. He doesn't have a policy to fight climate change. All of these policies affect the low and middle class in this country, and Donald Trump doesn't have a policy for any of those things. Literally, tell me any of those policies that he has.
Well, then we could say it's good that he has RFK in his cabinet to advise him.
What is RFK going to be able to do? What is RFK going to be able to do?
You can say, oh, Trump, I don't think this is necessarily a good idea to get rid of healthcare for low and medium income earners in this country. Maybe we should do something
to go against his entire healthcare proposals that he wanted to repeal and replace the ACA? Keep people with pre-existing health conditions on medical care? So are you saying that pre-existing health conditions is now a Republican policy?
No. I'm saying that that's probably RFK's stance, and I'm glad that he's there to tell Trump that.
How is RFK going to get his stuff implemented if it's not predominant within the party? Where's the hand art?
I mean, that's a good point. Yeah, and I'm not like I call myself a centrist, and I know you're going to say, oh, well, you're still carrying water for Trump and yada yada yada. Yes, I understand that, but I agree with a lot of stuff that Kamala says. I agree with a lot of stuff that Trump says. I'm not necessarily a MAGA,
I mean,
nut,
you kind of are. You kind of are MAGA.
How?
I mean, you literally voted for him, right? You're advocating for him on a live in front of 12,000 people, standing on his mass deportation policy, standing on RFK, who's a conspiracy nut, right? That's the stuff you're standing on. That's totally MAGA.
RFK.
You guys
is
only
probably
you only adopted RFK because he joined your team.
I mean, that's not true. I've been a big RFK. I've been a big Tulsi fan ever since Trump ever became president.
Were you a Tulsi fan in 2020?
Yeah.
Really? When she had Democratic policy, when she supported Medicare for all? I thought she was a socialist back then.
I'm in support of that.
You think that's social? I thought you think that's socialism. That's what Trump says. Trump says that's Marxist, communist socialism.
I don't agree with that. That's why I think Bernie resonates with a lot of people who are Trump supporters, because it's more of that populism / nationalism view of people. And that's what I said at the beginning when I joined in, is when people look at the current ticket on the Democratic side, I don't think average Americans are viewing them as the champion.
By the way, Dean's going to be joining in a second, everyone. He said in a second. Meow, thank you for the $6.66.
You get every big celebrity corporation and everyone endorsing Kamala, and it's like, yeah, you guys just came out of your mansion to go tell average poor middle class Americans.
I appreciate the little crying. You know that they specifically would benefit from a Trump presidency from the tax cuts that he's particularly perpetuating. They would disproportionately benefit from that. So you can sit there and you can be like, oh my God, all these celebrities came out in support of Kamala Harris. Well, whose policy did what? Donald Trump's policy benefit the predominantly rich people in this country, and Kamala Harris's policies benefit the low and middle class Americans and increase taxes on those people. So sit there and say, oh my God, all celebrities supported them, but you won't acknowledge the real reality that it's applicable in terms of policy with Donald Trump's side.
If all these celebrities endorsed Trump, would have you voted for Harris?
That's a good question. Possibly. Hey, I just want to say, you two, you guys did a great job on the Jubilee videos. That was really cool seeing you guys on there.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the $6.66 in Arizona. Thank you for $2. Thank you.
But yeah, I just think necessarily.
What about the richest man in the world endorsing Trump?
Yeah, but Elon is based.
Push that mustache. Oh, okay. So it's they're based whenever they're on your side.
That was a joke. But I mean, you've seen Elon come out and speak against Bill Gates. He posted that one thing on X where, Bill Gates is supposed to be this huge climate activist, yet he had the biggest short position on Tesla. And it's like a lot of that kind of stuff where everyone is doing all this virtue signaling.
That doesn't mean that like you're anti that type of stuff. Literally, Elon's in that only for profit. He's not in it specifically for helping.
You don't think he's in it to make the environment better or
that's
make
why
our species like multiplanetary or anything?
Yeah, so Donald Trump specifically, like literally not even believing in climate change, like him supporting that person, right, is indicative of the fact that he doesn't even have those values.
Right, I think we also point out that having a short position on Tesla doesn't mean that you're anti-climate change. It just means that you think a company is going to fail.
Yeah.
Right, but wouldn't you want to support that company as much as you can in order to, better...
Does shorting it negatively impact the company? I don't think it does.
No.
You're just betting on it failing.
Which is correct. I mean, but you can still see the mindset that Bill Gates has, but he goes out and virtue signals that he's a climate change advocate.
Yeah, that's not virtue signaling. He actually supported the candidate that believes in climate change. Victoria, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much.
Shorting a company doesn't negatively impact it. Wait, would you say that like a Kamala Harris supporter that like had a crystal ball and knew Trump was going to win, if like they went on like a betting website and bet like $10,000 on Trump winning, would they be a hypocrite or would they just be real?
I mean, I guess you could say that's kind of hypocritical.
Cheyenne, thank you for the $10 on PayPal. I appreciate you so much for the love. Thank you so much, Cheyenne.
But I'm just going to go back to my original point that I think most.
I contest that. I'd really contest that. I don't think that if you are an investor, right, operating in a capitalist society and you want to generate as much wealth as you can for yourself via your investments, right, and you invest smartly by shorting a company that you believe is predestined to fail, that doesn't make you hypocritical or anti the beliefs of the company in of itself. Like maybe
I would agree with that. I would agree with that sentiment. But I mean, I guess I'll just go back to my original point that I don't think the average American views the Democratic Party as a party that's for the people. And you could say that's because of Joe Rogan or Elon Musk or whoever it is, these echo chambers online that have been created. I think that's just, when you see Obama coming out of his mansion in Martha's Vineyard, rolling up his sleeves, telling everyone to, go vote for Kamala because it's going to benefit poor people. Don't you? I'm sorry, I keep doing that. But don't you think that's a little bit disingenuous?
No, I don't think that they're being disingenuous. I don't know what this conversation is though.
Yeah, so disingenuous for a rich person to endorse Kamala Harris, but not disingenuous at all for Trump, billionaire, to run for president backed by the world's richest man. So do you agree and concede that the Republican Party just doesn't help poor people then?
Well, what I would say is let's say when Obama got elected, when all of the quote unquote people who don't have a higher education and aren't the richest people in society, the Democratic Party championed themselves on being the party of the people. But when Trump gets elected, because those same people voted for him, it's because they're racist, stupid, and ignorant.
Prestige glasses.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah.
When Obama got elected and the main people who voted for him were people who were low income and low education. They championed
actually
themselves.
False. Democrats have higher incomes on average and have higher levels of education on average.
That was true back then, even. But
So you're saying back when Obama, maybe the actual representatives, but the people who vote for them.
Yeah. The average Democrat
So
constituent has a higher level of education and a higher annual income than the average Republican constituent.
Because I was looking at the exit polls from when Obama got elected, and I'm
honestly,
pretty sure
that's probably. Listen, I just want to say that's probably explained by the rural city difference between political parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point, but I mean when you look at the exit polling data from when Obama got elected, the majority of people who voted for Trump this time voted for Obama. And when they voted for Obama, they were championed as the party of the people. But when they vote for Trump, they're called racist, stupid, and ignorant.
Yeah, because you're supporting different candidates. Like, what the fuck is wrong? I don't understand why you can't acknowledge that you can have different views over time and that you can have more problematic views over time as well. So we're just calling out that their views are problematic. But, I mean, is there anything else you want to go over or talk about?
Oh, not necessarily. I mean,
Ben Mustache, thank you.
I'm not too big on Trump or the other candidate, even though I voted for Trump. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think you should rethink that. All right, let's get to this next individual. How was your day? How was your day, man?
Oh, I had a lot of debates with misogynists. I enjoy shitting on misogynists. It's pretty fun.
Hey, that sounds like an amazing day.
Yeah, but they're definitely not like the most productive conversations. I feel like I've lost a lot of my purpose within actually creating a better reality.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
Did you vote Trump?
Of course.
Okay. Why so?
Because I think we could look at his 2016 run. He didn't screw anything up necessarily, so...
Can you name one policy he influenced to get passed that you like?
We can also look at his endorsements. You know, Elon's doing great stuff in the community space.
Can you name one policy?
We could look at multiple policies and we can see...
Yeah, he laughed. For the $5. I appreciate that.
And that's so funny, honestly. Kareen, thank you so much. I appreciate the $30 for Parker and Dean. Please save this country. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the $30 on Venmo. Thank you so much. All right, Dean, you look tired, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it's been.
Have you eaten today?
No, I haven't. Maybe that's my issue. Okay, thank you for the $1 on PayPal.
You can make something while you're up here.
That's so true. I really could. I'll probably do that in a bit.
Hey guys.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
26.
Did you vote Trump?
I did, and I'm happy y'all are both here. I had a question. I've been following y'all for like a week. I think y'all are great. I've learned a lot from y'all. I was wondering about the correlation causation between the economy in Trump's term versus Biden's term. I was kind of fed through, and what made me vote for Trump is kind of what the media pushed on him having better policies. And then I started listening to y'all and kind of felt like I got woken up a little bit. Could y'all explain that a little more by chance?
Yeah. So just because two things are associated doesn't mean one caused the other. Just because the economy was better under Trump's administration, right, isn't indicative of it being better because of him. The same way that when it was bad at the end of his administration during COVID, that doesn't mean it was because of him. It was because of COVID. So people will blame the economic effects caused by the pandemic on the Biden-Harris administration, i.e. inflation, which happened globally, but they won't do that for the Trump administration. Push the hand art. And Meow, thank you so much for the $6, 66 cents. Thank you.
Here in about 30 minutes, I'll probably get off for about 10 and then go grab a burger and then come back.
So it's mainly just from the for how Trump handled COVID at the end of his term, and then what Biden had to do to fix all of that.
I mean, we can attribute like some of like the reductions in like the growth of our GDP and the falters of our economy to how Trump mishandled some parts of COVID. But overwhelmingly, I think it's like pretty okay just to say that COVID had a bad impact on our economy, and that was the best possible outcome. And like Biden and Harris just kind of rebounded that from us to their best of their abilities. And I mean, seemingly they did a better job than any other leadership in the G7.
Well, guys, I really appreciate that info. I'm happy I was able to talk to you. I wish I found y'all's pages sooner. And it's been kind of crazy hearing guys around my age telling me very educated guys, mind I say, kind of explaining all this and whatnot, because the media pushes some crazy stuff and it's kind of all about what your family's done and it sways you in one direction and you don't really hear the other side from a very good standpoint. So I really appreciate what both of y'all are doing. I think it's great. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much, James.
Thanks, James. Oh, and Parker, I just said here in about 25 minutes, I'm going to get off, go get a burger and come back.
All right, for sure. Sorry, I literally like zoned out on that part. Because I was focusing on what the guest was saying. What's it called? All right, let's get this next individual up here real quick. Keep tapping that screen. Let's try to run it up to 2 million likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Tired Dean. Someone needs to make an edit of Dean's yawns, bro.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to go do it now. How long are you planning on to stay on tonight?
I mean, I'll probably be on until like 7 at the latest.
8. Oh, yeah, you're going to be on for a while. Okay. Yeah, I will be back in about 25 minutes.
Yeah, and if you want to get off early, we can do that, and then I'll just switch to... I'll just go back on live. It's not a big deal.
Bet. Well, I'm going to be back in 25 minutes. I'm just going to go get a burger now, and then I'll probably hang out for a while. All right,
go ahead. See ya. Yes, go eat Dean. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20 years old.
What state do you live in?
I live in the UK, but please do not kick me. I have been waiting.
Okay. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 23.
Did you vote Trump?
I voted for RFK. Essentially, it's a vote for Trump.
Imagine voting for RFK. Bridge the sunglasses. That was crazy. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Hello? That's a weird sound for you to be making. Interesting sound. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, I'm 28.
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Why so?
Several different reasons. I will go ahead and start off by saying that a lot of the ways that I kind of make my choices politically do stem from my religious beliefs, just to kind of throw that out there from the get-go, just so you kind of know where my worldview comes from. So, I mean, conservatively, obviously, religious-wise, for me, I kind of steer conservative, but there were several different reasons that I kind of steered towards Trump. Obviously, economic growth, job creation. He's a big proponent of obviously a strong national defense. I do.
Can I address these real quick? So actually, his mass deportation policy and his tariff policy would cause the economy to go down, right, heavily in terms of GDP. It would cause the prices to go up for American consumers. It would disincentivize trade.
Sure. So I've actually done a lot of research on tariffs recently, just because that is a big hot topic, I feel like, around Trump and all of this. I saw a lot of research on tariffs that were obviously pretty biased against Trump's plan. So I wanted to know, okay, why are we kind of against it? Let's look and see a lot of the sources that they're getting from. And a lot of their sources just look at cost of goods. And of course, with tariffs, you're completely correct in that the cost of goods will go up essentially. But with all of the tax deductions, you're essentially getting your money back in taxes. So it kind of equals out.
Not at all. Not even close. You're talking about the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act? The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, when implemented, only added $10 billion to the annual GDP, which is 0.04% to the annual GDP, and less than $2 billion to federal revenues, right? For $190 billion a year in debt-related spending. It was terrible policy for that. So no, people aren't getting it back. Even if you take the highest levels that people get back, the tariffs will cost almost twice that for the average person. Estimates range anywhere between $3,000 to $4,000 every year extra for the average family.
Okay, yeah. So I'm obviously taking a lot of what you're saying and plan to do a lot of research in this later. I do appreciate you coming on here and doing all of this. One question I do have, and you may have a good answer for this, but I've just not gotten one so far, is Trump put in a lot of these, he implemented a lot of these tariffs in his first presidency, and our
Not the
economy
ones
was
he's advocating
great.
for now. He's not even close to the same level of ones he's advocating for now. He's advocating for 60 to 100% on all goods coming from China, 20% on all goods coming into the country. That would cause massive inflation. Every economist agrees with me.
All right. Well, I will go and do some more research on all of that. Thank you.
Appreciate you. All right, let's go on to the next individual. Leah, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. In Arizona, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I appreciate it, y'all. I appreciate it. Let's get this next individual up here. What's up? How old are you?
Parker. I am 40 years old.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes, I did.
Why so?
What does it matter? Trump is the best, dude. He's a lot better than.
I'm asking why'd you vote for Trump?
Dude, why would you not vote for Trump? Why would you vote for people that want illegals to take over the American way of life?
What? How are Democrats trying to make it so that undocumented immigrants, quote unquote, take over the American way of life?
Look. When Biden and Harris were whatever for the past 4 years, dude, more immigrants were coming over the border illegally than they have in the past.
Yeah, so again, that's because of economic insecurity caused by the pandemic due to global inflation. That would have happened regardless of the presidency. And actually, Donald Trump called for people in Congress to undermine a bipartisan border bill. And there was an increasing share of undocumented immigrants coming to the country under the Trump administration. Right, it increased almost every year under his administration up until COVID. And actually, larger levels of document.
You're reading off what the DNC gave you to read, dude. That's why you're on every day, because you have to read everything that the DNC sends you, bro.
Do you think
you're paid by the DNC?
Are you trolling?
I'm not trolling, bro. It's the truth.
You have got to be trolling, dude. You think that I have a DNC script and then I'm getting paid by the DNC?
You, Dean, and Harry, dude.
How are we paid by the DNC? And what happened to Chris?
I don't know. You tell me what happened to Chris.
Did he not get paid?
He probably didn't. I don't know. You ask him. I don't know. But I do know that you guys.
Thank you so much for the dollar. Thank you so much. Have you come on my live before?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
Push the superpower. Okay.
Well, I did see you guys got kicked out of the Trump hotel, and you guys were mad as fuck about it too. But you know what? You guys deserve to get kicked out of the Trump hotel.
Okay, so
going to Vegas and harassing people, bro.
Do you want to tell me how you know I'm paid by the DNC?
Dude, it's clear, dude. You're paid by the DNC. Prove me or not, then. Prove me you're not
clear.
Right now, then.
Prove to me you're not paid
by the DNC.
Prove to me you're not paid by the Kremlin.
I'm not paid. I make my own money, dude. I work for 9 to 5. You're just my entertainment.
I make my own money. I'm not paid by the DNC.
Yeah, you are, dude. This is not a job, though, bro. Like, go to fucking.
Can you define
go
a job?
Work a 9 to 5, bro, and then tell me.
Can you define a job? Does Trump work a 9 to 5? Belinda, think of the $3.
He doesn't have to, dude. He's a fucking billionaire. He's building hotels and shit and casinos. Something you're not doing.
And they're going bankrupt.
Yeah, you could say he's going bankrupt, but he's got a lot more
bankruptcies, including casinos, stakes, airlines, university.
Let's just admit you're still
Can you define a job?
All of them are just
Justin, can you define a job? How can you say I'm paid by the DNC, but then I also don't have a job?
Dude. All you do is come on here every
Alicia, thank you so much for the $5 from the job at the DNC. Kelsey, thank you so much for the $5 from the DNC talking points. Cassidy, thank you for the $2 for the DNC. Thanks you for your service. Justin, I just want to let you know, you cannot tell me.
You've been cooked by so many people on here. What? You're going to call Dean and Harry again?
Hey, you cannot tell me that I'm paid by the DNC, right? And then also at the same time that you tell me that I'm
You've been...
So I'm employed by the DNC, but then I also don't have a job.
Go ahead, mute me. I'll just unmute. I'll play your fucking game all day.
Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much. Appreciate the galaxy. So yeah, you can't say that I'm paid by the DNC, and then also at the same time I don't have a job.
You don't have a job.
Huh? What?
You do this all fucking day. All fucking day, bro.
What? I don't have a what?
You're a fucking kid, bro. Dude. Let's play. You're a fucking child, bro.
You done?
Are you
thank you
done?
so much for the $10.
Are you done, you
Aaron,
fucking-
thank you so much for the $25.
Dude,
Thank
you're
you
a
so
fucking
much.
child, bro.
Thank you for the
You're a
DNC
fucking-
paycheck. Thank you so
You're
much.
a fucking child.
Self, thank
You're
you
a
so much for the
fucking
dollar
child.
for the
Yeah.
DNC.
Yeah. The DNC is telling you who to thank, bro. Those people ain't sending you shit. Those are just fucking names they're calling out, bro.
So I'm not getting actual real donations?
No, you're not. Those are just names that the DNC pays you to say. Because if you don't say them, you don't get paid, bro.
Really? So I have to say names?
Dude, you have to. Dude, you've been cooked by everybody.
Eureka, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much for hurting Justin's feelings. Thank you so much.
My
Thank you
feelings
for the
aren't
dollar
hurt,
for the
bitch.
DNC. Thank you.
My feelings are far from being hurt,
look
motherfucker.
at all my DNC messages that I'm just reading off. Appreciate the hand heart.
Yeah, you are. Because if you don't read them, the DNC ain't gonna pay your ass. You're a fucking kid, bro.
Okay, did you know that the DNC pays me more every time you tell me that? Lauren, thank you so much for the $15 from the DNC. Said you have to thank me. Thank you so much, Lauren. Jay, thank you for the $10 for this guy's a joke. Rebecca, thank you so much for the $3 from your boss. Katrina, thank you so much for the $25 for the on behalf of the DNC and AZ. Thank you so much. Emily, thank you for the $2 for the DNC payroll. Aaron, thank you for the $5 for the DNC paycheck. Thank you so much.
Dude, you guys been so fucking cooked by everybody, dude. You guys are just fucking.
How did I get cooked by?
You guys are just fucking
Justin,
sour that fucking
Justin,
Kamala or Camel Toe don't fucking win.
Kamala. Claire, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much.
I call whatever the fuck I want.
No, you're going to say your name correctly or I'll kick you. Alicia, thank you so much for the $5 for the DNC muting guest. Kimberly, thank you for the $5.
Dude,
thank you so much.
fucking
I really
child, bro?
appreciate
Is
that.
that-
Thank you
is
so
that-
much. I appreciate it. Says the one who's literally saying that I'm paid by the DNC. Iron, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much from the
You did
DNC.
it all fucking day, dude.
Told you to
Yeah,
say
I'll
my
mute myself.
name. Thank you so much, Kimberly. I appreciate the $5 from the DNC. Alicia,
Yeah,
thank you for
keep
the
muting-
$5 from the DNC. Katie,
keep
thank you for the
muting me,
$5 for Justin's meltdown. Chrissy, thank you
I
so
don't
much for
have
the
a
DNC
meltdown.
robot paying. Thank you so much. Tarina, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that from the DNC payroll. Cassie, thank you so much for the $5 from Womp
You're a
Womp
fucking
Justin.
child.
Tiffany, thank you so much for the $1 from
You're a
Mute, the
child,
guest
ho.
from the DNC. Diana,
You're a
thank you
child,
so
ho.
much. I appreciate the $25 from the
You're a
DNC.
child.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're a
Thank you
child,
so much. I
bitch.
really appreciate that. Chris, thank you so much for the $1.
You're a child. You're
Ariana,
acting
thank you
like
so
a-
much for the $5 from the RNC Secret Admirer. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Harmony, thank you so much for the $5. Kimberly, thank you so much for the $20. Elena, thank you so much for the $5. DJ, thank you so much for the $5 from Bill Gates directly. Victoria, thank you so much for the $15 from the DNC. You're not a real person from the DNC. Thank you. Jay, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yuritsa, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. He got harassment and bullying. Suzanne, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. Davina, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Bellin, thank you so much for the $5 for Justin's Big Mad. Elena, thank you so much for the $5. Elena, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Lindsay, thank you so much for the $1. Lily, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Vislin, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you. Stephanie, thank you so much for the $5. Iron, thank you so much for the $1. I appreciate it, y'all. Deleted account, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Wow, dude, why was he so mad? Heather, thank you so much for the $5 from the DNC and 1 million, bro. Maya, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. Maya, thank you so much for the $5. Molly, thank you so much for the $1 for love you. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi, Parker. I'm 25.
Did you vote Trump?
Yeah, I absolutely did.
Why'd
All
you
three
do that?
times. Honestly, I was tired of war. I'm tired of the United States funding wars in other countries that we have no business taking part in. I think if Kamala Harris would have been elected, Kamala Harris would have been elected. I absolutely think, and I don't think, I know, she would have continued to fund the war in Israel as they continue to decimate the Palestinians off the planet.
Wait, Trump said to finish the job and that he wants to fund them even more.
See, I didn't hear that. But
he also allowed for Israel to illegally annex the Golan Heights. He engaged in the Abraham Accords that didn't take into account the state of Palestine. He allowed for Israel to engage in illegal settlements within the West Bank. He supports Israeli expansionism, right? He literally supports their war with Iran and their war with Lebanon. Here's the massage. What are you talking about? He supports peace in that region.
It's not that I think he supports peace in that region. I just think that he's going to, I guess if he's going to keep funding the war, then it's a problem. But I'm just tired of funding wars. There's no reason for us to be funding the Ukraine
war. So then why
war.
does Trump want to increase military budget? Wouldn't you want to say, let's cut the military budget in half and bring that money home and like help Americans? Right? $450 billion a year we could bring back home, have the largest military in the world, still have over $100 billion more than the next country, right? And that would still allow for us to bring money home, 4.5 trillion over 10 years. We'd be able to pay for the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and greater levels of tax policy if it is the case that we were just to take that money home. But Donald Trump doesn't want to be America first. Donald Trump cares about, military supremacy. Casey, thank you so much for the $5. Zid, thank you so much for the $1.11. Always good to see you. Carolina, thank you so much for the $2. And Victoria, so much for the $10. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely see. I totally understand your point. I don't necessarily disagree. I'm one of the rare Republicans that wouldn't mind cutting, not I guess cutting in a huge amount, but maybe spending a little bit less on the military and more on things, our own problems, maybe our infrastructure that's crumbling away.
Well, Frank, good to tell you, the bipartisan infrastructure bill was passed by the Biden-Harris administration, and they signed off on less debt-related spending than the Trump administration.
Okay. That's good. I'm glad. Like I said, I wouldn't mind them spending less on the military and a little bit more on our infrastructure, maybe trying to work out some kind of better healthcare plan. I wouldn't mind any of
Trump's
that.
Healthcare plan?
Not
I've
good,
got
I'll tell you that
concepts of a
much.
plan. He's got concepts of a plan 9 years into running for president of the United States. Now that's insane. Now Kamala Harris and Joe Biden specifically wanted to expand access to the ACA. And if you support Democrats that go further to the left, right, Medicare for all specifically would cost half as much per capita than what we currently do, or close to half as much, and it would provide better health outcomes, right? Yale studies specifically have indicated that it would save $450 billion a year, along with the $450 billion that we'd save every single year with the specific money that we could take from the military. Sadie, thank you so much for the $1 for hi, Lucia. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Also,
Greg, thank you for the 80 cents. Molly, thank you so much for the $1. And then Rolando, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. And I appreciate the $30. Thank you so much, Alex. I really appreciate the $30 on PayPal. Thank you so much.
Also, I have a question, because when it comes to, the illegal immigration and stuff, everybody likes to say, especially on your lives and stuff, you've said that Trump was against the bipartisan border bill that would have, secured the border a little bit more. But what exactly was in that bill? Because I feel like if it is as simple as, oh yeah, we would have, supported paying money to secure our border, I feel
That's
like
exactly what it did. So
that was all it was?
Yeah. So specifically, there were two things that he brought up. One, he didn't want Democrats to look good. The other one was that he didn't want the appropriations aspect of the bill. So what they did was they separated the bill: solo appropriations, solo border bill. Solo border bill didn't pass. Solo appropriations bill did pass. So we undermined the border bill, but not the appropriations aspect of the bill. So we showed that that's not a real reason he had there. But what were the things in the bill? Because we obviously showed that all of his desires relating to the bill clearly related to the border provisions, not the appropriations. Well, it had increasing the amount of border agents. It would have built more wall than Trump ever built. It specifically limited the amount of people coming into the country after a particular threshold was met. You could shut down the country or shut down the border specifically for 2 weeks. There was also an increase in the amount of immigration judges to make the asylum process go faster, and they reworked the asylum process to make it harder to go through the asylum process in terms of establishing the fear or a credible asylum claim.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, man. That's all. That's really all I had to ask. I really just wanted to get on here and say, my piece, just for a little bit.
All right, for sure. Appreciate you coming up.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.
All right, let's go on to the next bill. Next person. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump.
Yep.
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
30.
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Okay, why so?
Particularly because of you and your buddy Dean. I just want to say to all the people, the Republicans on this thing, we need to stop platforming these guys. These guys are just trolls. You know what I mean? And they're profiting. You guys lost the election. Deal with it. 4 years. Eat shit.
Yeah. So William, let me give you my response to this.
No, I don't really need your response.
You just sound not open minded, like you're not willing to engage in conversation. It doesn't sound like I was the reason that caused you not to vote. It doesn't sound like
we won. I don't need to be open minded.
It doesn't. You actually do need to be open minded because we need to progress.
4 years. We won.
Yeah. You sound like you want to make this country a better place. Now, let me reference this. right? So again, if you're not voting for him based upon me, right, that would be ridiculous, right? Because I'm just some random liberal.
You guys pushed,
Can I please finish?
push your voters to vote for her because she's a black woman. You know what I mean? So
actually, we pushed people to vote for her because she had better policy and better moral character than Donald Trump. I never referenced vote for her because she's a black woman. I never said vote for her because she's a black woman. She never said that, right? No one on our side.
She did say that by her actions.
When?
She did say that by her actions.
When?
By spending all that money to pay Oprah Winfrey and Beyonce and Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion.
The same way that Trump went to Kid Rock and to Hulk Hogan, and Trump went on Joe Rogan, and Trump went on Aiden Ross. Chrissy, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you.
They had two different objectives, but like I said,
What were the
I didn't come here to
objectives?
debate you. I truly believe you're a very smart young man. You know what I'm saying? You and your buddy Dean, you're just very smug, you know. But I just wanted to say to all the
How am I smug if I'm the one that's willing to engage in a conversation, but you came on my live not to engage? Listen,
to you.
You came on my live not to engage in a conversation. You came on my live to tell me that you're voting for Donald Trump, who's an adjudicated rapist, right? Who tried to coup the country, who tried to restrict women's access to abortion, who doesn't believe in climate change, thinks it's a hoax, right? Because you don't like me. Now, that's an insane thing to say. You think I'm smug. You don't think Donald Trump's smug. That's insane.
There are a lot of other reasons that I voted for Donald Trump.
Sydney, think of it $10. Okay, then go over them. Because what you said was not only a childish remark, right, but clearly showed that it's not me that's the issue here. It clearly shows it's people that come up here that perpetuate disingenuous nonsense continually over and over again, not because they want a better world, but because they want to say, put the fries in the bag, bro.
You know that other people aren't
Sam, push the
educated on the
$5.
facts the same way that you are. So you,
Liam, think of the $5.
You skew the facts in a way that.
Chrissy, think of the $10. How am I skewing the facts? Tell me, how am I skewing the facts?
I don't have to. We won the election, dude.
Give me an example.
I don't have to. We won the election, dude. 4 years.
You're not going to continue to win elections if you engage that way in terms of politics.
We will win again.
Well, we're going to sit here and we're going to build coalitions for 4 years while you guys sit there and act like you're on the top of the fucking world, like you don't need to talk to anyone. And you want to know what's going to change? It's going to change that people are going to go towards more progressive policy and people are going to fight for a better life.
Times in a row and clowned them on your live.
Yeah, of course. That person was insane.
But we're the ones who aren't willing to speak and talk here, right?
Yeah. Did you see how he was acting?
You act the same way.
If you want to engage in a productive dialogue with me, you can engage in a productive dialogue with me. He was clearly not engaging in a productive dialogue. Sam, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much for. He's too scared to debate. He is too scared to debate.
I don't have to because I came in here to
Harmony, thank you for the $5. Thank you.
Donald Trump and to say, hey, we need to stop platforming these guys.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna have a platform, right? Sydney, thank you so much for the $10.
You can have a platform, but you aren't going to have anything to talk about because you're going to be 4 years in with Donald Trump on the third year talking about how bad Donald Trump is while the economy is booming.
The economy is not going to be booming with 10 to 20% universal tariffs.
You're going to be here with that smug ass fucking look on your face, you and your buddy Dean, and you're going to be fucking.
And you're still going to be watching because I'm fucking stuck in your brain. You think about me all the time. I live rent free in your brain. You can't get me out.
I scrolled on TikTok, dude. You're just on TikTok.
Yeah, and I keep showing up on your For You page.
You haven't showed up on my For You page.
How'd you end up on my live then?
Yeah, I'm sure you have. I mean, you're on everyone's For You page. You're very famous.
Hey, William, I'm glad to hear that I'm on your For You page. You know, I don't pop up on everyone's For You page. I pop up on your For You page.
Though? Donald Trump and 4 more years of it.
Yeah, because I engage with politics.
Have a good one, buddy.
Wait, you're a big fan.
Yeah.
You can't engage with conversation. I think that's really sad, William. I think that's really sad that you can't engage in productive dialogue, that you can't engage in conversation, right? And you think that I'm the smug one. That, like, the mirror that you need to look in, right, is right in front of you, and you are literally looking into it currently, and you still can't see it. You know, it's a pal to you. All right, let's go to this next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Lindsay, thank you so much for the $50 for the DNC bonus with dealing with William. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Lindsay. Thank you for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Liam, I just don't think that's going to happen. Joshie, did you vote Trump?
No, I didn't. I just want to say congrats on 1 mil, and
thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I am just looking for people who did vote for Trump, but I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the kind wishes and the celebratory notions. I appreciate that. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 39.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
Did you vote Trump?
I did.
Alana, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. And Janet, thank you so much for the $1.50. Thank you so much. Did you? Why did you vote Trump?
Well, Kamala Harris just came off as Kamala Harris just came off very unintelligent too many times. It just seemed like a shit show.
Really? All right, can I show you a video of Trump and I'll ask you if you think that he sounds unintelligent in this video?
Well, sure.
I got you.
And I'm not saying Trump's not done some stupid things as well. She just seems a little incompetent with some of the things that she said. Plus, she was appointed
She's incompetent? What makes her incompetent?
It just seems, for one, she was in charge of the border, and the border's been a complete wreck.
Okay, how is she in charge on the border?
She was appointed the border Caesar, whatever you would call him.
What's that again?
She was appointed to control the border.
She was not the border czar, but here, listen to this.
Such whale kill, but you have a better chance of being struck by lightning. Windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Mills are causing whales to die in years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up and show. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are driving them crazy. They're driving the whales, I think, a little batty. And
Is that guy like an intelligent individual?
I don't know that he's intelligent. No, he's obviously done some pretty remarkable things. I think that he speaks out of his ass sometimes, and he definitely makes a fool out of himself. But I can't say.
Can you name me like 2 Trump economic policies you like?
I
think of the $5. Thank you so much.
I like his outlook on the, when he started speaking about like the NAFTA deal early on, 2016. I come from a small, like rural city that was built on like a steel plant that provided 10,000 jobs. And at that time, it's a small city. We was upwards of like 40,000. We're down to like 20,000 people now, just because after we lost all those jobs.
Wow, they appreciate the $5.
And the NAFTA trade deal was put on by Democrats. And when Trump started coming out, he started talking about how he was going to turn all that shit around. And when the NAFTA trade deal happened, our steel plant shut down and we lost a bunch of jobs. And essentially, it's now a ghost town where thriving businesses used to be.
Yeah, so again, if you want thriving businesses, you want a larger economy. In order to have a larger economy, you need a larger labor force.
Right, which we lost during the NAFTA trade deal when it shut down a bunch of stuff, allowing people to dump their goods on American soil. And that's why I think the tariffs.
I think it's $2. So you understand that we want people to trade with the United States because it causes a greater level of economic productivity and makes the economy do better. You specifically will cause the economy to do worse, right? By advocating for 10 to 20% universal tariff, 60 to 100% on China, will cause prices to go up, will cause the dollar to go down in value because less countries around the world will be incentivized to trade with us.
Yeah, I actually have mixed views on socialism and capitalism. I think that there's a way that we can do deals that, apart from the treaties that we have that are predicated upon conflict.
What state do you live in?
I live in Alabama.
Okay, I don't know why people are spamming you're not American. It's really weird.
Okay, well, I'm definitely American. I think that, I like the idea of cutting taxes. I like the idea. I actually am opposed to continuing to spend money overseas and be in such a strong military, and that being our stance. I think that we could.
But we already went over this. Donald Trump specifically wants to spend more on that.
Right. Well, and that's definitely a flaw. But and I agree. Well, like I said, there's a lot of policies. There's especially on foreign policy that I don't agree with. But I hate the idea of funding wars. I think that
can I ask you a hyper-specific question? Yeah. Would you let someone who's a violent offender get access to a gun?
I actually am I've had, some past issues as well. I don't think that they should necessarily have a gun.
Okay, so if they shouldn't be able to get access to a gun, and you wouldn't trust them with a gun, why would you trust them with nuclear weapons?
Who are we speaking of exactly?
Donald Trump was held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
a violent offender. So you wouldn't trust a violent offender with access to a gun, but you would trust him with nuclear codes?
I don't think that I would. No, my whole thing was I don't think that we should even have the treaty that's in place. Leaving Russia out of it and act like they shouldn't be threatened by NATO being that close to them. I don't think that we should be funding the Ukraine war. I don't think that we should even have a treaty where we're leaving out major countries and acting like China and Russia couldn't slap us around regardless. And who's going to help us in a part of NATO? I think that the entire treaty should be predicated upon collaboration.
What was my question?
I'm sorry?
What was my question?
You was asking about Donald Trump, whether he should have nuclear weapons.
Yeah, no, I was saying if you don't think that they should be able to get access to if you don't think they should be able to get access to guns, why should they be able to get access to nuclear weapons? So if you don't trust them with guns, why would you trust them with nuclear weapons?
Why would you trust anybody from the Biden administration when Trump didn't go to war and Biden could have avoided the Ukraine war?
Oh God, dude, how could he have avoided it? And that's just again a pivot. You're not answering the question of why you would let a violent offender get access to nuclear weapons if you wouldn't let them get access to guns.
Based off of his war.
Yeah, but you're voting for him in despite of this, which you said you wouldn't vote for someone in despite of this in other scenarios.
Well, you got to vote for somebody. They're not perfect. Neither one of them are.
I'm not advocating that you need to vote for someone perfect. What I'm saying is that you wouldn't let a violent offender get access to a gun. So why would you let them do this?
I mean, it's a violent offense that he's put. I don't know his charges. I don't really care about his criminal past. It's more about
you don't care about sexual abuse.
I care about what he's going to do as a president. I don't care about what he got.
Yeah, you don't think a sexual abuser would put women at risk in this country?
And that's something he was convicted of or charged with?
He was held civilly liable unanimously by a jury of 9 people.
Okay, is that the same as being convicted?
So yes, in the context of a civil court.
Okay, and it was a violent crime, you said?
Yes, sexual abuse is violent.
And he, grabbed somebody, groped somebody?
Forcefully penetrated a woman's vagina against her will.
But I mean, you have to vote for one or the other. I mean, you got to vote for somebody, right?
So you would vote for someone held civilly liable of forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will?
Yeah, the lesser of two evils.
So what did Kamala Harris do specifically that is worse than Donald Trump forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will?
Just comes off ignorant. Everything that she says, it comes out of her mouth.
Name one thing she said that was ignorant.
Well, for one, when they start blaming her for some of the things that she done on the Brett Baer thing, and she's acting like, well, and Donald Trump, da 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 da. She just comes off. There's several things. I can't go through the whole list, but there's plenty of times where it's just like this woman. I mean, even down to faking the stuff when she was turning the phone around, acting like she was on the phone and she was clearly on a fucking camera or some shit. There was 100 things that she did that I thought just looked ridiculous. Not saying that Trump didn't do some of the same dumb shit, but she damn sure did plenty of it.
Yeah, so you didn't actually tell me anything that she said that was dumb. What did she say that was dumb?
She didn't have any policies for the longest time.
She didn't have any policies? What's Trump's healthcare policy?
Trump has a shit healthcare policy.
He doesn't have one. What's his childcare policy?
I have no idea. I don't know enough of
really. What's his housing affordability policy?
Well, housing affordability, we can talk about GDP and how well everything's going right now, but you may have more money than most. People are not spending money right now. The GDP is artificial inflation because it's not measured by the prices rising.
Yes, it is. Real GDP accounts for inflation, and real GDP has increased every year since Biden got in office.
GDP is not measured by it doesn't take accountability for
real GDP accounts for inflation. It's GDP increase minus inflation.
Nominal GDP is not measured by, and that's what we're basing this off of. You cannot tell me that the economy is better now than it was 4 years ago.
Peyton, think of the $2. According to real GDP, it is. JG, thank you so much. I appreciate the subscription. Also, there was 7.8% unemployment 4 years ago. So yes, there was literally a pandemic.
People don't have money, bro. People do not.
Real median wages are higher right now than they were quarter 4 2019, and real GDP is higher right now than what it was quarter 4.
The groceries are higher. All goods and services are higher than they were 4 years ago.
Accounting for inflation. So the economy is better, but accounting for inflation.
accounting for inflation because of all of the money they keep spending overseas and can't take care of our own people during a disaster.
Okay, so you said that we can't take care of people in a disaster because Republicans specifically capped the FEMA funds at $750. They did the max. They did the max payment
because and you can't allocate money that you're sending overseas to fund to keep this stance, this like fake stance that we have playing global police. We can send more money days later to the Ukraine war.
Okay, but so you're talking about Ukraine. Do you know what the Budapest Memorandum is?
What's that?
Wait, actually, that's a good question, Arizona. What does GDP stand for?
Gross domestic product or some shit like that.
Okay, he knows. Okay, so what was do you know what the Budapest Memorandum is?
Well, you're trying to pivot to ask me.
No, someone asked me to ask you that question.
Well, you asked me something. Why you got to pull it from a comment section?
No, it was someone who sent me a Venmo.
Look, I'm ready for for you to tell me something that may sway my opinion.
Yeah, and I already have, but you just weren't receptive.
I actually agree with a lot of things that you say on healthcare and stuff like that. I don't think that we should be spending money carelessly. I like the idea of having accounting and holding where we spend our money, and to a high degree that we look into it. And
what are you saying right now?
When we first
Ken,
started talking,
thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Ken. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Clever. I don't know what you're saying.
Well, I just think I liked a lot of different things about what Elon Musk was talking about, accounting, keeping the government spending down and having that accounting.
What are you going to cut?
What would I cut?
Mm-hmm.
Like spending wise?
Yeah.
War for starters.
So Trump wants to increase the military budget. Good try.
Okay. I told you I didn't agree with Trump on his war policies.
Okay. Well, what is Trump going to cut that you think is good?
I don't know.
Can you name 2 Trump economic policies he influenced to get passed that you like?
Besides cutting taxes.
Jennifer, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That's incredible to hear both of you guys enjoy it. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Spending less money. Just spending less in general just to keep the inflation back down.
Wait, so Trump signed off on more debt-related spending, and the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget indicates that Trump was going to spend more than Kamala's plans. Right? Kamala's plans were going to cost $3.5 trillion. Trump's plans were going to cost $7.5 trillion.
I can't even explain
over 10 years. She can. She did explain her policy so well at the debates that Donald Trump said that she had an earring that gave her all the information.
No.
Nina, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you, Nina.
And got the information for her own plan, but she didn't have no plan in place.
She didn't have a plan. She gave plans for all the things. The only one who couldn't mention the plan and just said that they had like concepts of a plan was Donald Trump.
That's a fact. Under the Biden administration, there's no doubt that we bailed out all kind of huge corporations for the sake of global economy, and that we spent.
That was mostly under the Trump administration,
and it mostly is used lightly. They definitely did some of the same things.
What? It was mostly under the Trump administration because we can look at this the COVID related spending. The COVID related and non-COVID related spending under Trump was higher than the COVID and non-COVID related spending of the Biden-Harris administration.
We need accounting on government spending, and
and the ones that hold themselves more accountable apparently are Democrats, which is typically like what you guys don't expect, right?
We've been aiding wealthy nations that don't even need the spending. Most of our foreign policy.
Clever, you know what this showed me? I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep cutting you off, but like what this showed me, this election showed me, is that it is the case that Republicans aren't serious about fiscal responsibility. Because if you guys were serious about fiscal responsibility, you guys would have been behind Harris.
In what regard?
Because she was going to sign off. She signed off on more debt-related spending, and she was advocating for lower levels of spending in terms of debt-related spending. If you guys were actually serious about fiscal responsibility, you would have voted for Kamala Harris.
No, Kamala Harris, we have real problems, and all she wants to talk about is transgender and abortion.
She barely talked about trans people. I think she should have talked more about abortion. I don't think she talked a lot about abortion. She talked about abortion on a few circumstances. She did not talk about it in every single circumstance. She could.
Right, but she stands for it, and I'm pro-life.
Beating hearts. Thank you so much. Okay, so why? Why are you pro-life?
Well, because I'm a Christian.
Okay, you don't have to be pro-life. Wait, so Jesus himself is pro-choice?
Jesus is not pro-choice.
Yes, he is. You want to know why? What does it mean to be being pro-life? Means you restrict people's access to abortion. Do you agree?
Say that again.
Being pro-life means you want to restrict people's access to abortion, right?
To restrict people's access to abortion, I think that abortion should be banned completely.
So if you are pro-life, you want to restrict people's access to abortion, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, not entirely. Not entirely.
Well, does Jesus restrict people's access to abortion at all? Tiffany, think of the $10. Thank you, Tiffany.
Ask me that again. Does Jesus
restrict people's access to abortion at all?
There's scriptures in the Bible that says that that he knew you before he formed you in the womb.
So God is all knowing, all powerful, and he decides, knowing that there's abortions that occur and knowing that he can stop it, to allow them to happen. So he might disagree with it and call it murder, but he thinks it should be legal. He thinks it should be allowed. He thinks that people should have the free will to do it.
Yeah, the devil's alive, man. He's here. The God does not just. We have free will. God, we don't have
exactly. And God allows you to have free will. God does not prevent you from getting access to abortion. God is not pro-life.
No, God is pro-life. Not just.
No, he's not, because he does not prevent you from getting access to abortion.
God doesn't prevent anybody from doing anything. That's your will and that's your prerogative.
Exactly. So if God doesn't prevent you from getting access to abortion, why should you?
We're not God's puppets. Okay, he doesn't want.
Oh, so we shouldn't be like God?
No, you should. You should most definitely.
So if you should be like God, well, then if God is pro-choice, you should be pro-choice.
Just because of your views. God doesn't want you to be just because you think that's what you should be doing. He wants you to choose. He wants you to choose to do the right thing.
Yeah, so I understand, but that's still free will. That's still not restricting people's access to abortion, which is the same as, again,
God's not going to come down here and just strike,
dude. Exactly. So again, it's not. He is not pro-life. He's pro-choice.
He's pro-choice in the sense of you get to choose.
Yes, you get to choose to get access to abortion. Exactly.
Exactly, but not just abortion, but any aspect.
Well,
of life.
I mean, I can make that argument, and that's a broader argument. But the point is that he's pro-choice.
Right.
Tiffany, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
People will still burn in hell for us. So
burn in hell? Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Have you sinned?
I'm sorry?
Have you sinned?
Oh, I sin all the time. Yeah.
Are you going to burn in hell?
No, I'm forgiven.
Oh, so why aren't they forgiven?
I try to remove everything that interferes between me and God. I'm working daily on my sins and trying to do less of it.
Okay, Donald Trump isn't. He doesn't repent.
Okay.
He denied on national television that he cheated on his wife when he did.
Okay. Yeah, well, and a sin is a sin. There's none greater than the other. I'm not.
Well, it shows unrepentance.
Right. Okay, but it's the stance. It's not Trump and himself. It's the policies that he stands. It's aligned with Christianity more so.
Okay, so you just say because of abortion, I got push the dollar, even though Jesus is pro-choice.
You know, the Democrats look at things a little different. I mean, I'm also not into this calling somebody by pronouns and that sort of thing. And
do you have pronouns?
I've heard your stance on it.
Clever. Do you have pronouns?
Do I have pronouns? Yeah, I guess so.
What are your pronouns?
What are your pronouns?
I want you to tell me. I want you to answer the question first. What are your pronouns?
I heard your debate with Charlie Kirk.
Clever. What are your pronouns?
I'm a man. Okay.
What are your pronouns?
I'm a he.
Appreciate the hand art. Okay, so you do fuck with pronouns.
I don't fuck with just deciding that you're a woman and
that's not how it works, right? But God has no biology, yet he's a father and he's a he him.
I've heard you use the same argument, bro. It's tiring. But
give me an argument.
Well, my argument is that to sit here and act like that's our biggest issues is a good reason not to vote for her.
Wait, says the one who brought it up.
No,
you brought it up.
Facts. No, yeah. I mean, you asked me why I voted for Trump. I'm telling you why. That's a part of it.
Yeah, but you just said to vote on that is insane. But you said you're voting on that.
Debate with Charlie Kirk, you said something to the likes of women. You act like like people, like that's what a woman is, that somebody that can just decide based off of their social and cultural norms, that they can just decide to be a woman. And there's much more.
No, it's going to be a desire to be in accordance with these particular set of social and cultural norms. If people could just decide to do that, plenty of trans people would just decide not to be trans. You don't just decide. Listen, people are stigmatized, right, when they're trans, okay? People tell them that they shouldn't be trans. If you could just decide not to be trans in that way, people who are trans would do that. That's not how it works, right? They have the desires. They didn't necessarily choose the desires. That's just the set of desires that they have. So this idea that you just choose to do it is exactly antithetical to exactly what we're saying is someone's identity. Sorry, you need to unmute. Click your profile picture in the bottom right, and then click the microphone.
I just think, you can't just up and choose one day. You're acting like they don't just decide, like that's how they were born. I just think there's more to being a.
I don't want to just like hear like a nuh-uh as a response. I'm good. Ashton, thank you so much for the galaxy. I appreciate it, Ashton. Thank you so much. All right, let's get this next individual up here. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing the live. It will help get out to more people, y'all. Let's try to get to 3 million likes. Yo, thank you so much for the chicken. I appreciate it. Thank you. What's up? How old are you?
Hi, Parker.
Your little crown. Did you vote Trump?
No. No way.
Based. All right, let's get on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
29.
Are you voting Trump? Or did you vote Trump?
I was about to say, well, it's kind of passed, but yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Oh, he's an adjudicated rapist. He tried to kill the country. He tried to restrict women's access to abortion. He did. He called for a complete and total shutdown of Muslims entering the country. Shannon, think of the $5. Thank you, Shannon.
So I actually joined. I just have a couple questions. So with the whole, so you support the whole LGBTQ community and all that, right?
Yep.
All right. So my first question would be, do you agree that it's okay for a man to hit a woman?
Well, I think that you can engage in self-defense, but I don't think anyone that is vastly stronger than another person should be able to do that. Right? There are some individuals who are men and some individuals who are women shouldn't do that in any circumstance. But obviously, self-defense, you can defend yourself without hitting someone. Right? I don't think non-provoked hitting people is okay, but I do think defending yourself, which would not include hitting people, would include defending yourself, is okay.
Okay. So let me ask you this.
Wait, Mayor, do you think it's okay to hit anyone?
I mean, I don't think it's okay, but I mean, it happens every day. You know it, and I know it. So,
if it's not okay to hit anyone, well, then why'd you make that argument?
I'd be okay with saying that men shouldn't hit women.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, Dina, I'm saying that too. Like, men shouldn't hit women. Neither should women hit men. Neither should women hit women, or men hit men.
I mean, I agree, but we both know that women get in fights with women, that happens all the time. Men get in fight with men, that happens all the time. Correct?
That does not mean it's justified.
I understand what you're at. You're just asking about like a special principle.
This is going to go in with my next question that I'm going to ask you.
So are you basically saying that like we all know that one person shouldn't hit an ex person, but especially a man shouldn't hit a woman?
No, what I'm saying is men shouldn't hit women and women shouldn't hit men. It works both ways. I'm just asking. Yeah, I'm just asking. Do y'all agree that? You know what I mean?
I think what I'd say is like I agree, like no one should hit anyone, but I also agree with like a special emphasis on the idea that men shouldn't hit women. I'd probably put more of an emphasis on that point than any other.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So I have 3 kids. I have 2 daughters. Well, actually, I have 4 kids. I have 2 daughters and 2 sons. So my next question would be, okay, if y'all support the LGBTQ community or whatever else it is now, I don't even know how many letters they got on there, but anyways. So my next question would be, say you had a daughter. I mean, maybe y'all have children when y'all were older. I don't know if y'all have kids now or not. That's none of my business. But anyways, my point that I'm trying to make is, if you have a trans person, how are you going to feel about that trans hitting your daughter?
I don't know
What
why
the
you're saying
fuck?
calling someone as like that trans. I think you should say trans people, one, and then
Or
two, as it
trans
relates to this.
people, yeah.
I disagree with anyone hitting right my kid, right, regardless of whether or not they're trans.
Yeah, I probably have
Here's
no
the night
special
chicken.
feelings if a cis person.
Yeah, there's no
compared
like
to a trans
there's
person.
no difference in feeling.
Yeah, it's like saying, "Oh, how would you feel if someone with green hair hit your kid compared to someone with?"
No, that's
brown
kind of
hair?
different. If
Okay.
that's someone with the green hair, yeah, that don't make any sense. But anyways, what I'm getting at is, I mean, you said you agree morally men shouldn't hit women, but for a trans person to claim that they're a woman when in reality,
Wait, we think women shouldn't hit women. We think men shouldn't hit men. We think women shouldn't hit men. Like, I don't know what you're arguing. We think no one should hit no one.
what I'm getting at is, if you have a transgender hit your
Transgender
daughter,
person.
how are you going to feel about that versus a woman getting in a fight with your daughter, like an actual woman?
This guy doesn't fucking listen. I disagree with it regardless. I don't know what your argument is. Like, there's no special feeling that I'm gonna have if the person's trans.
Would you feel any differently if
Okay,
like Ronda
okay,
Rousey?
okay, okay,
Wait,
let me
one
ask
second.
you
Let me
this,
ask you a
Parker.
question. No, I want to ask you a question. So, would you be able to articulate a difference in how you'd feel if like Ronda Rousey, like backhanded your daughter compared to like 100-pound trans woman? Would you feel any differently?
Honestly, yeah. I mean,
Here, Dean, you talk to them. Can you
let me
have mod
explain
powers?
this. This is what I'm getting at.
Actually,
Okay,
let me grant you mod powers.
say your daughter's in high school. She gets in a fight with a female or a woman.
Actually, I'm just gonna kick this person. This person's just weird.
Yeah, that
Is that fair? I don't know why we're arguing this.
No, completely fair. Yeah,
All right, let's
sometimes
get
you
this
just
next
kind of sit
individual
back
up here.
and reflect, you know.
All right, let's get this next person up here. Only send a guest request if you did vote for Trump. Did you eat already?
Yeah, dude, I got a good little burger from Culver's.
Dude, I'm glad.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna stay on live?
Yeah, you could do like another 30 minutes of debates.
Justin, think of the $3. All right. Can we do 50 minutes? Or no? Too much? It's up to you. If it's too much, let me know. It's fine.
Would you be down for 30? And
Yeah, I can
you
do.
could
I can
just
do
kinda,
30. I
like-
don't mind. I can just go back on live. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, and I could like get you a raid. Help you.
Yeah,
build
it's
it
not.
back
It's not a
up.
big deal. We'll get someone up here, and then I'll make you a mod, and then I'll go grab something to drink downstairs because I've got like barely just a little bit of water. I've like literally the teeniest little bit of water left.
Hell
What's
yeah,
up? How old are
dude,
you?
Go reload.
Hey, I'm 37.
Did you vote Trump?
Yes.
Okay, for sure. Dean, you can start talking to him. I'll make you mod.
Awesome. So, Joker, tell me, why do you think Trump will be good for America?
Well, I think it'd be good. Well, the reason I voted for him was because of you two. Not in a condescending way, but like as in.
Fair. How did I make you vote for Trump?
Well, it's kind of like, you know, the way y'all, like the way you were doing the interview earlier, or the panel earlier on why men are better at leading than women. And so you and Parker kind of proved that every day.
I prove that men are better at leading than women. How do I prove
Yeah,
that
because
men
y'all
are
have
better
such
at
a
leading
big
than
platform, and y'all have way more women that will listen to y'all on the subject when women run the same kind of questions and debates. But
That doesn't mean
they don't get
we're
followers.
wait. One, that doesn't mean men are better leaders overall, right? Two, that doesn't mean we're better leaders. That just means we got lucky on the internet and we became big on the internet.
Also, just
Three,
using,
that doesn't, like, how
like
does that mean
using,
that
like-
women are
using,
worse
like-
leaders?
using,
How does
like,
that make us better leaders?
Using isolated individuals on the micro scale, such as me or Parker, to prove that men are better at leading than women, is a laughable argument. I mean,
We'll take for example,
one
like
second.
you two,
Can I speak, man? Can I speak,
will rate each
Joker?
other's lives, right?
Can I
So
speak?
instead of Parker saying,
I would
hey,
love to speak, man. Like, for instance, like we could point at like Candace Owens, who has a bigger platform than both me and Parker. Who's
Literally.
a woman, right?
So
does that
women
all
are
of a
better
sudden mean that
leaders.
Women are better at leading than men. Like, you know, you just can't take such isolated incidents on the internet, right? Such as two people, me and Parker, and then extrapolate that out to the belief that thereby men are better at leading than women.
Yeah, that's fucking insane, dude. What? And then also saying that you're voting for Donald Trump because of us is also ridiculous.
I know. I'm waiting on that argument. I still want to know why I made you vote for Donald Trump.
So, like, take for example, like you guys will rate each other's lives, right?
Rate each other's,
instead
other
of,
people's.
like
It
rating
really
a
just
woman on a
depends.
subject, like yesterday, Parker was doing why does body count?
I didn't do that yesterday.
Very
whenever
frequently,
you did it
Parker.
one day, like
we
like
rate other
the-
creators too, man. It's not just the two.
Yeah, I don't just rate
No, but
Dean.
instead of rating a woman's platform that's doing it at the same time, like y'all will rate each other's lives. And
You know,
send out
we
more-
do raid women, right? We do we do raid people, right? Other than just each other, but we raid each other because we're each other's like best friends. Like,
And then
he's
we'll
one of
just
he's one of
usually
my
end up,
best
like-
friends.
on the subject,
And then we'll just
on the
usually end up
subject-
like debating with each other.
Yeah, but why on a subject that really should be a woman's voice should be heard? Like, why wouldn't y'all rate?
Wait, I
somebody-
like how you're saying that, but you voted for Donald Trump, right? You
Yeah.
literally voted for Donald Trump. What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, can I ask you a question? Do you think that Donald Trump's a misogynist?
a misogynist.
And actually, we do agree women should be heard on the topic. We totally agree with that. Right now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't speak about it. Actually, we should speak about it because we need male voices that are willing to talk about these things and get other men to believe these things. But we also want to uplift women's voices as it relates to these topics. We want to uplift other people. That's why I raid people of all different communities. I don't just raid just Dean or just people in my friend group. I raid people that I find on TikTok that I think run good platforms.
Such as who?
Yeah, for example, right? My friend
I don't think
Kenzie,
it's
my friend Santana.
I don't want to
can-
tokenize other creators.
I'm not trying to tokenize. I'm just referencing other people, or I specifically I raid and whatnot. I also raid Harry. I raid Chris. I raid plenty of individuals. I've raided Facts Still Matter. I've raided that's someone in the chat. I've raided like gobs of people. Matt, Athena. I've raided so many people.
But why do you think that women are more willing to listen to you and Dean talk about subjects that matter to women, or black people listen to?
We just happen to be large on the platform, and there is also a privilege that comes with being a white man. Okay, a white straight man. There's a privilege that comes with it. People are not less likely to engage with me because of any of the traits that I specifically have. Right. Whereas when there are women talk about these things, they actively deal with misogyny. Right. For people who are black, they deal with racism. Right. For people who are disabled, they deal with ableism, right? For people who are trans, they deal with transphobia. For people who are gay, they deal with homophobia. And those different types of intersections can cause people to be looked at to a significantly lesser extent, right, in society, because there are different types of prejudices that limit it in terms of the spread. Because if you think about it, right, there's less people that are going to not engage with my content because I'm a man. That means I'm going to push out into the content even more. So that compounds every single day over time.
It could also just be considered. Like, I feel like me and Parker are pretty intelligent and like seasoned and good at what we do just because of the amount of experience that we have. So like a predisposition that maybe someone watching us might have when determining if they want to watch us or another creator is going to be, right, the experience in the debates, the intelligence, or the like education that we provide.
Yeah.
And like notice that like none of those things have to do with our gender identity or what's in between our legs. Like people aren't going to be like watching me because I have a dick and balls. People aren't going to be more likely to
like Joker,
listen
think
to me
about it this
compared
way.
to another creator compared to someone with like that's a woman because I have higher levels of testosterone than them. But I still want to know, Joker, like, why did we make you vote for Trump? I'd love for you to tell me why.
Yeah, I'd be happy to answer that. But just to answer the last point, like, do y'all feel like that y'all have to lead in a way, like women, trans?
Okay, all right, go for it, y'all. I'm gonna
to get.
Okay, now that Parker's gone, Joker, I'm gonna go ahead and have you shut the fuck up. Gold star, good boy, phenomenal. Why did Dean Withers, right, and Parker make you vote for Donald Trump?
Okay, but just to go back to my last point, do you feel like as a white man you have to lead into women and black people leading?
I'm going to be honest, that phrase, that sentence made zero sense. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, what? Hello? Are the lights on? Is there someone home? Just tell me why I made you vote for Trump.
Your answer right there did.
My answer right there. Okay, so you vote. So what the fuck is going on? What the hello? Okay, Okay, you know what? We're just okay. Why will Trump be good for America?
Two little dickhead faggots.
Oh, and then he starts slurring. Ladies and gentlemen, look at Joker 87, the grown man who cares about minority communities, cares so much that he wants to draw into questions the true intentions of Dean and Parker and possibly create some manufactured outrage around certain facts that then goes on to slur. Like, you know what I mean, guys? Like, that's the issue with a lot of people on the right, is that they recognize that systems of oppression exist. Because if he didn't recognize that systems of oppressions existed, well, then he wouldn't be able to have any level of discussion on, like, well, why are, like, men speaking over women's voices? Like, what are you doing to progress, marginalized communities, right? And, like, act, like, play pretend. But then, you know, he laughs in the face of them. He makes them into a mockery by disingenuously taking advantage of these tools of oppression to manufacture false outrage, and then he goes on to slur. I mean, come on. We're going to move on to our next guest. Everybody, do just give us a minute. If you are in the queue, make sure that you do think that Trump will be good for America. Make sure that you voted for Trump. We got our next guest loading up right now, y'all, so everybody make sure that we're double tapping. And if you do
I'm not surprised that he did that. I just heard that he did that. That's insane. That's so fucking insane.
Of course. I'm not surprised either, bro. If you do want to support either myself or Parker, our Venmos, Cash Apps, and PayPals are in the bio. We are going to move on to the next guest at this point, so everybody just do give us a moment. And for the 9,000 people in here, make sure that you're sharing out the live with a handful of friends. All right. Everybody do just give us one moment. And we are having issues loading people up right now, chat. These are typical L TikTok for real. Hey, do you think that Trump will be good for America? Did you vote for Trump?
No, I'm from Europe. I just wanted
Alicia,
to say
thank you for
that
$5. Thank you, Alicia.
the only good thing he'll do is
I'm sorry, I kick people. I don't on my platform. I just do it right away.
Yeah, feel free. Operate your platform as you want. Honestly, the only reason I don't is because I just feel bad.
Yeah, I've gotten past that point where I feel bad. In a way in which it prevents me from doing it. I still do feel bad for it. Cameron, did you vote for Trump?
I'm from the UK, but I wanted to say my kind of side of it, if that's okay.
Dude. But what I think what makes me the most curious is like why people will continue to come up knowing they don't fit like the necessary criteria for a person we'd want to.
They probably don't know. That's my thoughts. They probably just didn't pay attention to that part, and they don't know the rules of the live and stuff. So that would be my guess at least. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Trump lost. Get over it. Stop being a sissy.
You said that Trump lost? Do you even recognize what you just said? Dude,
Trump lost. He lost.
He's so fucking stupid. He doesn't even realize what he just said.
Trump lost. Trump lost.
Dude, you can't make that shit up, bro.
You know what's up? How old are you?
24.
Did you vote Trump?
Hell yeah, son.
Why?
Oh, Parker, man, you got a beautiful face. I love the way you look, the way you smile. Hey, Dean, you got a beautiful widow's peak. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the way the microphone's really close to your lips. Let me go ahead and see you suck it. Go ahead and suck it, Dean. Yeah, I know I'll make you laugh.
Oh, you can leave now, Charlie.
Yeah, I know I'll make you laugh.
Hey, Di, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. I know I'm going to see this on my For You page later.
Uh-huh.
I think it's your time to leave, Charlie.
Yeah, dude, that is crazy, bro. That was wild.
Oh man, this is insane. Hi, Jonathan. Did you vote for Trump?
Hey, Dean. I actually down ballot voted, but I didn't vote for Trump or Kamala specifically.
You should vote for Kamala. You should vote for Kamala.
Hell?
But
voting for everybody but the president?
Yeah, I've heard a few people do that.
I don't think Kaylee's an op.
Okay. I trust you.
She was up on my stream earlier.
All right, let's get this next individual up here. Keep tapping that screen. Everyone's get to 3 million likes. Share the live as well, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello, I'm 18.
All right, let's get this next individual up here. All right, let's get this next person up here.
Woo! Everybody, make sure they were double tapping on that phone screen.
Woo!
Go stupid. Go
Do you have a lot more
crazy.
energy now?
I mean, I have a little bit more.
And I think of the $5. Good.
I don't know, man. I've been out of it recently, you know.
Maybe you need a break.
Yeah. I don't know.
That massage. Maybe you should take your vacation a little earlier.
You hear me? I'm loud.
Well, I told myself that I'd take a break after the election, but then it just never happened.
I mean, yeah, it is like a week or so after, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I just need one of those caramel macchiatos, huh, chat?
Yeah, you want to go make yourself one?
Oh, that'd be funny. No, I won't do it. We're gonna move up, get up our next guest here, chat. Everybody do give us a minute. But if we're doing what I think we're doing after the debates here pretty soon, maybe I'll need one of them.
Push the hand art. Yeah, you probably do.
Yeah, I need to get amped.
Have you seen the videos of us doing that, like on your For You page? They're actually really funny, dude. I stay laughing at them in the mornings.
Oh yeah, those are funny. Those are good.
Yeah, Shani, did you vote Trump?
Wait, can you hear me?
Did you vote Trump?
Correct.
What time is it?
7.
How old are you?
There's no time zone in America. We're at 7.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, it's 7 p.m.
Is it 7
what state?
Eastern?
What state?
New York.
Is
yeah,
okay.
It is. He's
okay,
right.
I forgot.
He's
Eastern is 2 hours ahead of me.
Don't try to correct me. I know where I'm
you're
at.
cooked.
No, I'm not even cooked. It's a damn it's
First
daylight saving times and standard time. For half of the year, East Coast is only an hour ahead of me. For the second half, it's 2 hours ahead of me.
Oh, wait, you don't have daylight savings time?
It's all over the fuck. It's a mess. It's a mess. It's all a big mess in the mountain time zone shit. It's a
Didn't
mess.
that already hit the daylight savings?
Well, you know what? I saw Charlie Kirk tweet something out about how we need to abolish it and just make it one time all year. First thing I've ever seen Charlie Kirk say that is true.
Did you know that we do it so that people get more sleep, so that we have better health outcomes? Get cooked. Get fucking cooked, buddy.
So another Republican saying something that's not in the best interests of public health outcomes. You know what?
Wait, what happened?
Whatever. Shiny, did you vote for Trump?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Why is that?
By the way, I just said that. I don't even know if that's the reason. I just said that. I was just gonna see if you believed it.
Oh,
wow. I'm glad that you've garnered so much trust amongst you.
Oh, now I need to start not trusting Parker.
People are saying it's for farmers.
Wait, I just wanted to say, because I'll answer all the questions, but I did want to say, like, Parker.
It could be true, though.
Yo, Parker, you can hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
I want to say, Parker, I mess with you. Dean, you a little sassy for a dude, but, like, I mess with both y'all's personalities.
Crazy. Yeah, did you know that like people on YouTube think it's the other way around?
Really?
Like people on YouTube, they hate me. They think I'm insufferable.
But I think both personally, like you guys are both good dudes, but I like your guys' friendship.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Sassy for a dude.
No, like you're a little sassy, like you got a little attitude, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but like most men, they don't have the attitude. They just are fucking violent. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like God, like I'd say a disproportionate amount of men, right, comparatively to women, right, the way that they portray their attitude is by like committing violent crimes.
I'm hearing diva energy. Diva energy.
They said diva energy.
That's so funny.
That's based.
I got some sass.
But yeah, you guys can ask the questions though. I like your guys' friendship though. I think you guys are cool friends.
Okay, so wait, why'd you vote for Trump?
Oh, his camera went off. Just because I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Just because I wanted to.
So vibes?
Not vibes, but I just think that life in 2016 was like, you know, I would say before COVID, like life was good. But 2016 to 2019, 18 was pretty good. So, yeah. And I enjoyed the life back then.
Okay. So you said what years?
Like 2016, more or less 2018, right before COVID hit.
2016 was really good?
No, I know you're gonna say
Did you know?
Obama.
Yeah, Obama was president.
I know you was gonna say no, but yeah, it was transitioning that year, right?
No, 2017 was the transition.
Oh, okay, correct. Yeah, but I love 2017 as well. 2018, loved it.
Yeah, you could say that, but like the point I'm making is that not only are real median wages higher now than they were then, but also real GDP is higher now than it was then. And it is the case that we could reference the fact that you said that it was good under Obama's administration, so it's just a trend from Obama's administration.
You're good with words. I like how you use your words. Yeah, but I remember though. I did say I like 2017 and 2018 though. What about that?
Yeah, you could say that you like those years, but that would just demonstrate that it's a trend that existed prior to Trump. It's not necessarily caused by Trump's policy.
Can I ask you one question? Like, does a trend like from switching presidents go on for like 2-3 years, or is it like how long does it go on?
They certainly can.
It can go on for more years than that.
And I mean, it could honestly just go on forever, given that the policy is good and there's projected year by year growth. Like maybe one thing we could attribute to Trump is for like not absolutely tanking it.
Yeah, I appreciate your guys' opinions. I had a question on, because I never really hear you guys speak about this, but what about, like, do you guys think about Trump's, how he did with the oil connection? Like, do you guys think he did a good job or not a good job?
The worst, terrible job with oil.
Oh, and wait, can you answer that question as well? I had a question. Why did the gas go from, like, in my area back then, it was like $1.79, $1.80. Why is it like
that was COVID? Yeah, I got you. It was during COVID, so there was less demand for it. And then secondly, it is the case that we're importing less oil into the United States now than
who's raising who up? Who are they saying who's raising?
Yeah, so we're importing less into the country right now in terms of oil than we were under Trump's administration. Trump's administration, we were importing more oil, so we're getting more oil from countries around the world. So the supply of oil went down because we reduced imports.
I'm definitely not into Dean, bro. Cut that out, bro.
Whoa.
They said that. Whoa. Okay, so because of COVID, though?
That was just like, it was like quite random to interject and insert, but
no, they keep commenting that Riz. No, that's crazy. Anyways, so because of the COVID and it shot the prices up?
Yeah. So again, COVID kept the prices down because of less demand, right? And then if you want to reference the level of oil that's being produced, it's more in the United States right now than under Trump's administration. The price is higher because we're importing less from other countries around the world than we were under Trump's administration, which means we're less dependent on foreign oil now.
Okay, wait, you think you said the prices went down?
Prices went down under COVID because it is the case that demand was super low because people were staying at home.
Oh, I thought the prices went up during COVID.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Not during the lockdown times. They did due to the effects of COVID long run, because it is the case that there were negative impacts on supply chains. So when demand increased, given that there was a particular decrease in supply, right, it is the case that we saw a price increase because there was a demand increase and lower supply.
Okay, and it's not true that Biden had broke that oil connection with the companies. That's like not real, or is that real?
So you're talking about the XL pipeline that was done by the Supreme Court, and Biden followed through with the deal, and it was only 8% produced, so it never affected the current supply chains.
So did you think that was a good idea? He followed through with it, or no?
Yeah, because I think it went over indigenous lands and violated treaties we have with indigenous people.
Yo, they're trolling in the chat, bro. They keep saying some crazy stuff. No, that's crazy, bro. But so okay. I do think I have some reasons why I voted for Trump, but I do think that like under his presidency and already what he's put out, like as far as like posts, like for what he wants to instate for like new policies and laws, I did like what I seen. So what did you think about the overtime with no tax and like the teachers? He said that the teachers will face criminal charges if they try to influence kids to transition in school. What did you think about that?
Okay, so again, as it relates to this, when you say influence kids to transition, that's not happening.
No, and like also, recommend. Like he said, if they recommend it to kids without
you can't recommend kids to do that now.
Well, that's what he said. Like, if they do it, like, they'll be facing criminal charges.
You already can't do that now.
Bro, what are they saying, bro? Shiny X Dean, bro. Nah, bro. Nah, that's crazy.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I'm going to go on to the next person because I want to get some debates going. I feel like he's really into what's going on in the chat.
Holy
Yo, what's
shit.
up? How old are you?
25.
Yeah. Did you vote Trump?
Yeah, I did. 100%. I mean, Parker, I'm going to be honest with you. Besides you labeling Trump as a rapist, felon, X, Y, and Z, I just want to know, like, what is your true stance? And Dean, I mean,
My true stance involves.
I mean,
those
why
things.
do you, I want to know? I want to talk policy. I don't want to talk about your feelings and your hatred.
Those are just my feelings, but we can talk about policy. Donald Trump's policy takes money from poor people and gives it to rich people. That's what his tax policy does. And you think that's good tax policy?
Also,
He has
just
no
like-
child care policy, no health care policy, no housing affordability policy.
Calling attributes of Trump's character, like the fact that he is a felon or a rapist, are like feelings. and
Okay,
hatreds
here we
and
go.
stuff.
Here we go. So
I,
here we
well,
go.
I just wanted to explore this a little bit further. So when we are correctly labeling attributes of Donald Trump's past actions, behaviors, and current attributes of character,
Do you realize 75
and then you
million Americans
respond-
didn't care about attributes? Do you realize that?
So I just want to clarify.
That doesn't
say it
change
out loud.
anything.
You don't care that Donald Trump has raped a woman.
No, I'm not saying I don't care. I just
Well, you just said that
talking about-
74 mil. You just said that 74
75. No,
million
no,
American citizens
75. That's not the main concern. The Democratic Party campaigned on how much of a bad person that he is. X, Y, and Z.
Honestly, they
campaigned
didn't.
on
Honestly,
totally the wrong things.
I'm kind of against that. I don't think they did. I don't think they did it enough.
You
I don't
think
the fact
so,
that they.
so
I don't
$10
think they. I don't think. I don't
Beyonce
think they
to come
brought up.
speak for 3 million
I don't
is
think.
good. So hold on. If Kamala spent 10 million.
Kamala. I don't think that they attacked his character enough. I don't think that they referenced the fact that he sexually abused Eugene Carroll enough. I don't think that I don't think that they referenced the termination of the Constitution, the coup of the country, the false slates of electors enough. I think that they should have addressed those things more, and I think that if they were addressed more from a public perspective, from a politician perspective, maybe more people would have been convinced of those things, because the only people screaming it from the fucking tops of the buildings seemingly are the people on the internet, right? Literally on social media.
I mean that's fair. I mean, there are a lot of people talking about it, and you guys are not wrong about bringing it up. I do not disagree at all. Okay, like the fact of his past, yeah, it's not good. No one is acknowledging that it's dismissible. No one, you know what I mean? Like, can we agree on that? Can I get a yes?
A lot of people do. I consistently hear people argue that it's okay.
But okay, I'm not a lot of the people. I'm talking as
okay.
as
So
my
then,
own
what do you
person.
dispute within the case that tells you that
I
you're
think
going to vote for
one.
someone like that?
It's just that is not what the American people care about. The American people
Do you
do
see what
not
I mean?
care about. No,
you just
no,
said that
I
they
mean,
did care about it.
I'm acknowledging that it was wrong. Not that they care about what he did 30 years ago.
If you think something is wrong, you care to say that you shouldn't do it.
Okay,
That's
so
what it
if
means.
a criminal gets sentenced for 20 years in jail and then they serve their 20-year sentence and come out, does that mean that they're right? They still did something that was wrong.
What? How does that? Wait, what? That made no sense. How did I make an argument that was consistent with that?
You're accusing him of something that he did 30.
Do you think?
I'm not accusing. I'm saying he was held
You're not
civilly
accusing.
liable.
Obviously, he was found liable in court. Yeah, he
Can I
was.
ask you a question? So do you think that McDonald's should be able to hire rapists?
No, I don't. But should they be able to hire illegal immigrants that are hopping the border and taking away jobs from American
We can get
people?
to undocumented migration after I make my point.
Okay.
So you just said that McDonald's shouldn't be able to hire rapists.
No, listen.
Okay, do you mind if I speak without you interrupting me?
Yeah. Okay. I just feel like you guys are misconstruing. Like, I don't agree with the whole rapist and everything like that. I don't agree.
I'm still waiting to talk. So first you came on here by telling us that Americans don't really care that Donald Trump's a rapist. And then I asked you if McDonald's should be able to hire rapists, and your automatic response is no. If you want a rapist in a McDonald's drive-thru, maybe you could understand me and Parker when we say that we don't want a rapist in the Oval Office.
Yeah, I do. I just think there are other issues that are more important than something that happened a very, very long time ago. Can we agree on that or no?
Sid, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you from Hype for Your Guys podcast. Thank you so much. So no, we cannot agree on that, because things that he's done in the past in terms of these things are not things you can come back from. I don't think sexual abuse is something you can come back from.
There's also like real world impacts.
But there are people that go. There are people that are booked and processed in jail.
Women.
Okay, Dean, I understand your point, and I understand that you and Parker agree on that point. I'm just saying there are many, many, many people, convicts, that have been booked for rape, totally so many different things and they have served their time, whether they get out or not. They served their time.
No, I think they should stay in prison. I think rapists should stay in prison.
Yeah, I do, and I do too. But see how I can admit something and you guys can't. There's a common ground. I'm admitting they should stay in prison. Those people are sick. But
okay, so what do you mean we can't admit anything?
No.
Wait, how could you say that all other rapists apart from Donald Trump deserve to be in prison for life? But Donald Trump not only doesn't deserve to be in prison, but deserves to be.
He's being labeled by the media. That's the issue. That's my whole point.
No, he did do this, and then the media is describing that he did this.
No, it was hush money. It was so.
No, you're thinking of a separate case. The hush money was in the felonies case. Dude, you don't even know Stormy Daniels is in the other case. You're mixing up the cases.
No, I'm not sorry. No, listen.
Wait, what was the victim's name? What was the victim's name of sexual abuse?
I want to know. I just want you to answer.
What was the victim's name? Answer the question. What was the victim's name?
No. I was talking.
No, you're going to answer my question, or I'll mute you until you answer the question. I promise you. I promise you. I will answer your question. I promise you. I will answer.
Why was all of this brought?
Hey, I promise you. I will answer the question. If you do not answer my question right now, I'm going to kick you from the stream and stop wasting my time. Okay? Is that fair? Answer the question. What was her name? What's her name? The person that was sexually abused by Trump. What's her name? Why are you paused? Are you looking it up?
Either leaving or looking it up.
No, I'm right here. Can you?
What's her name?
In whose case?
The sexual abuse case for Trump. Who is the victim?
Porn star?
No, that's in the felonies case.
Oh God!
But isn't that what you're talking? I thought that's what we were talking about.
No, we're talking about the civil liability. The civil liability sexual abuse case. Who is the victim?
Okay, well then, no. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the felon case with the porn star.
No, we said sexually abused. We said sexually abused.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the felony case. So that's a misunderstanding. I'm sorry.
No, we were talking about the sexual abuse case. I explicitly said sexual abuse. Dean explicitly said sexually abuse. Okay. What's her name? What's her name? Do you even know?
No, I'm not. I was talking about the porn star case. I wasn't talking about the sexual abuse case.
I'm going to go insane.
I'm not familiar with that case. I'm just being honest. I was talking about
her name is E. Jean Carroll. Trump was held civilly liable unanimously by a jury of 9 people. Would you let someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman get access to a gun?
Would I let them get access to a gun?
Yes.
I mean, yes and no. I think there's you're asking a lot of loaded questions, and really it's 2-on-1, and you're not letting me speak. I came in here to ask you a lot of questions.
Shit. I'm literally just sitting here.
No, Dean, Dean, you said you haven't.
Instead of answering my question, he's complaining. Instead of answering my question, you're complaining.
I'm not complaining at all.
You are.
No.
You're literally just complaining right now.
You're asking. That's a very loaded question. You're asking me if someone who's been held civically liable to
someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, should they be able to get access to a gun?
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I would say yes. I mean, it's not. They didn't commit a violent crime. It wasn't a violent
sexual
crime.
abuse is a violent crime.
I think the way the media was portraying it was to be more violent.
Go ahead, Dean.
Is rape always violent?
No, I think no, it's not, because girls can be drugged. Why?
That's
girls
still
can't
violent.
Be drugged?
That's still fucking violent. What are you talking about?
Okay, so then I think we have a different term of violent.
Wait,
I think
would you say that drugging someone is an act of violence?
Is forceful and against will. Like if a girl
what
the girl, I know. What
we need to define our term before we take one more step.
Can I finish what I'm saying instead of you talking over me?
Before we take one more step, we need to define our terms. Would you agree that a fair definition of grape without the G is forceful intercourse against one's will?
I understand. I'm
No, do
talking
you
about
agree?
being drugged.
Do you agree
Say that again, please?
that the definition of grape is forceful intercourse without/against one's will?
Yes, I completely agree. Now, can I ask a question?
Almost. I have one last statement. So if
Okay.
you agree that the definition of grape is forceful intercourse against one's will,
I understand what
and
you're
you
going to ask.
agree that you have defined violence as forceful against one's will, do you thereby agree that grape is an all-encompassing term where everything that fits it is violent?
I do. I'm not. I am completely and fully against rape. Can we clarify that?
So now that you agree that grape
I
is
am
violent,
like you guys. Like
how
I
come
feel
you
like
said
I am
that
it's-
Donald
it's-
Trump should still be able to buy and own guns because what he did wasn't violent, even though what he did was great?
Like I didn't even come in here to talk about this first and foremost. Like this is what you guys do. I came in here to talk about why I voted for Trump. That was the first question I was
And
asked.
we're currently talking about that.
I know, but this is what you guys do. Is
We debate people. Yeah, we're debating you.
Yeah, but you're asking why I voted for Trump. Rape and abortion is not like that's not my point. Was the reason why I voted for Trump is because the Democratic Party abandoned the middle class. That is a fact.
Says that you're literally voting for a guy that is going to
completely-
increase taxes on the middle class and then give it to rich people. What
No,
are you talking about?
He's not. First of all, he's not. So why we? First of all, we're talking about rape and incest and character. We're not talking about.
You're
taxes.
jumping between different things. If you want to,
No,
we
no,
did talk
that's
about
what
that
you
already.
guys did. I
Fishing, we
came
already
in-
talked about that. I specifically already addressed this. I already talked about the fact that Trump wanted to increase taxes on lower income individuals and then decrease taxes on rich
You
people. I
asked
already
me-
brought that up. That was the
Parker,
first
you
thing
asked
we
me
talked
why
about.
I voted for Trump.
That was the first thing we talked about.
Parker, you asked me why I voted for Trump.
Yeah,
Did you not?
We talked about this.
We got
You
into
said-
a rabbit
you
hole
said
about
specifically.
about
You
rape,
told
about
me
a felony bullshit.
You told me to literally define why I'm not voting for them without those things. I brought those things up, and then we talked about those things because we were bringing up the fact that you were minimizing them when you were referencing it, right? Because you were saying that like somehow that isn't a concern for Americans. Michael, I preach the fruits, friends. That's what happened.
So yeah, that's it. And you're not. You have a valid point, but what my point was is Trump wants to end wars, bring jobs back to America, close the borders. Why is that bad to you?
Yeah, so he's not ending wars. He's engaging in Israeli expansionism by their war with Lebanon, and he supports their war with Iran. He doesn't want to engage in nuclear peace agreements. He doesn't want to contain Russia. We can reference specifically how he had a 432% increase in military drone strikes in the Middle East, assassination of a top military general in Iran. He allowed for Israel to engage in the illegal annexation of the Golan Heights. We can reference specifically how the fact that what were the other things you said? You said end wars, close the borders. He called for people in Congress to undermine a bipartisan border bill that would have specifically helped fix the border.
Okay,
It was
I
a
already
conservative
heard you
border
talk about the
solution.
bipartisan border bill 2 hours ago, but that's fair.
Yeah. So what was the other thing? Close the border. What else?
Bring jobs back to America.
Yeah. So he's gonna reduce the size of the U.S. economy by doing mass deportations, right? And
do you realize
tariffs,
that
which
the
will
people
cause
that
less
are-
jobs in the country for export jobs, less jobs in the country because there's less people in the country demanding goods and services, right? Less jobs specifically, right? For individuals
Can I
worldwide because it will
speak?
devalue the U.S. dollar. Go ahead.
All right. Can I speak, please? So when immigrants come here, and first of all, I'm first generation, by the way, so I have absolutely nothing against immigrants. There's a huge there's a huge difference when people are claiming asylum and coming here illegally. If you're going to claim asylum, do it legally. Come through the port of entry.
Asylum is legal. That's just that's a
you don't.
contradiction.
Yeah, but hopping a fence. There's millions and millions of videos of families. Nick Shirley is a great source to look at. There are families coming over the border, and God bless them for making the trips that they made. Yeah, there are. Yeah, Nick Shirley has a video of people literally
Going over Trump's border wall.
Over. Who cares if it's Trump's border wall? They're still doing it. They're still doing it. He didn't. 4 years is not enough time, as had the Democrats have had 12 out of the last 16 years to implement what he wants. And I'm not
That's
done talking.
presidency, not House and Senate.
That's presidency, not House and Senate.
Yeah. And you're not taking into account since the Cold War.
Who's had the presidency 12 of the last
since the Cold War?
Who's had the presidency the 12 out of the last 16 years?
Since the Cold War, there's been 3 Democratic presidents, 3 Republican presidents.
I'm sorry, say that again. You were lagging
since the end of the Cold War, there's been 3 Republican, 3 Democrat.
Yeah, but why are we referencing? Do you know how much has changed since then? We have to talk. You're talking about society norms, about grape and all these different things, but you're referencing the Cold War. What do you think happened back then? Incest, grape, a lot worse things happen. Lynching,
what is this guy saying?
Slavery. What do you mean, dude? You're referencing what Trump has did that's bad. What do you think? All the things. So much has changed from the Cold War. So including people's political opinions. So that's a really, really invalid point.
I'm not disputing that. What you just said was really weird, but like I'm not disputing that people have different opinions. What I'm not saying people have different opinions right now, and I'm not saying that those things are good. What I'm saying is that there's been 3 Democratic presidents, 3 Republican presidents since the end of the Cold War, and because you were trying to portray it as there's been Democratic administrations, right? 12 out of the last 16 years. So just giving you a broader perspective. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. That was the craziest, most weird shit I've ever fucking heard in my life. That had no fucking relevance to what I was saying at all.
No. I mean, I understand what you're saying about the 3 to 3. I mean, obviously it's been even in the political candidacy, but what I'm saying is what's relevant in the last 20 years has been mostly Democratic policy across the whole country. Can we agree on that or no?
No, I think that Republican policy has been very prevalent because of people like Donald Trump, which I think is a bad thing and exactly what I'm on here arguing for. Right? You understand that the ACA was plagued by Republicans that limited its ability to be able to cover more people. You understand that almost every policy that we've tried to get passed has been specifically watered down by Republicans. So yeah, there's been a heavy Republican influence for literally the past few decades. To act like there isn't, especially with the push of trickle-down economics, is like literally fucking insane, right?
I come from a Democratic family. First generation immigrants, come from a full Democratic family.
I come from a Republican family. I grew up in a Christian conservative household.
It doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know my background and that I'm not totally against everything you're saying. I just feel like you're not able to, like you were talking about earlier, compromise. You have no fucking, I'm sorry for my language, but no ground to compromise.
With who? With what? What are we compromising on? Tell me.
I mean, do you think there's many sources with Nick Shirley and many other journalists out there that document many families coming over the fence, hopping and just coming over illegally with no documentation.
Okay.
With nothing.
Yeah, you understand that happens under
these
Trump
are
as
facts,
well.
And you can't compromise.
So we could talk about undocumented migration.
No compromise
Fishing,
referencing.
And also, real quick. So, why should we blame Biden and Harris for the crisis at the southern border? Because I could tell you why we shouldn't. You're on pause, so I guess I'll just tell you why I shouldn't right now. So, first of all, what caused the crisis under Biden and Harris was the expiration of Title 42, accompanied alongside COVID. If you'd like me to dive a little bit deeper into that, feel free to ask, I can. And then the crisis caused after the expiration of Title 42 is natural, normal, and expected. Essentially, everyone knew it was going to happen. We shouldn't evaluate the responsibility of our current administration based upon this crisis occurring. We should evaluate the responsibility of the current administration based upon a response to this. Okay, you want to cut me off?
No, I thought you were done. I'm sorry. Keep going.
What signified to you that I was done?
Well, I don't know, but my point is I just don't want I don't want you to think I'm against immigration. My point is, here's an example that I saw earlier is, think about if you go to Disney World, Universal, wherever, and you're waiting in a line for a 2-hour ride on a roller coaster, and then you get to the front and all of a sudden someone cuts in front of you and they let you go. Do you know how many immigrants and people that have done it legally and are waiting legally to come here the right way, and you have 4 or 5 million people coming in that just come over the border they some have expense stuff, but they just come over and don't do it the right way. It's a slap in the face to all the people that are doing it the right way, working hard for their families to be able to come
how is it a
provide
slap
the
in the
right way.
face, right? How is it a slap in the face if we make the overall system safer and faster for everyone?
It should be.
Don't we
It
want a
should be
better
safer.
listen
I
to this? Don't
agree
we
with
want
that.
a better don't we want a better system for everyone and for the people that are coming after us, not just for us? Like that's the whole point of the American dream, is to create a better country for our children than existed for us.
And at
I
some point,
agree,
I'd like
but
to
you
be able to
have
continue to
you're
say what I was
skipping
saying to
over the
begin with.
point. I agree with you guys. The immigration system needs to be changed.
What do you agree with? I was making a point.
I agree.
and you
The
rudely
immigration
interrupted me
system's
halfway.
terrible. Like I said, I'm a
How do
first
you know what
generation.
my thoughts or feelings are when you interrupted me? Like literally.
I was
midway
talking
through
to
what I was
Parker,
saying.
not to you, because you haven't really weighed in much on this conversation.
I was literally trying to weigh in. I was trying to offer you my perspective insofar as why you're incorrect, and then you just cut me off midway through. Then you went on that little rant.
Not really, but keep going.
Not really. What version of reality?
Just keep
it
going.
$10.
Okay, so you expect to be able to deny something that happened and then expect me to move on because you want me to keep going, but I mean I will. It's just like poor manners. So, anyways, what I was saying, and I guess I'll just now kind of wrap this into the response that you just gave to Parker, is that Kamala Harris offered genuine solutions. Donald Trump only offered rhetoric. And right now, you're taking a strong a strong stance against undocumented migration into our country. And here's what I have to say. Right? I think that we need to reform our legal systems. We need to make them significantly safer, and we need to make them significantly faster. But due to the state of our legal systems as they exist today, and due to the neglect to those legal systems from all Republicans in the last 30 years that have been more so hyper-fixated on rallying together the vote of white prejudiced people in America, what we see is a severely unworthy legal process of migration into our country that is.
Are you driving, fishing?
No.
What was that sound?
No.
I can literally hear him driving.
I'm not.
All right, we're gonna go to the next person anyway. I don't think he was even engaging legitimately.
You want to do?
All right, yeah, we could just get off, and then because I know you wanted to get off here pretty soon. And then I'll come back on later on.
Bet, yeah, I'm feeling pretty tired, but it's just up to you. But it'd be cool to do it right now.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. All right, everyone. Dean and I are gonna go hang out on the second and third account probably for like an hour and a half or so, and then I'll be back on live. That will probably bring us for like another hour or so left on the live. So we'll see what I do after. We'll have like a little bit of debates, but this is like we've gone through a huge portion of live. We got basically 4 hours. We got 3 hours 52 minutes, right there. That's basically 4 hours.
You should drop the app for your second account. I don't know what account I'm going to be going live on yet.
You should just go live and I'll rate it. I'll rate you right now. So hurry up.
Okay, bet. I'm going to go live.
Crown. All right, Dean's going to go live and I'm going to raid Dean real quick, everyone. We're just going to go hang out and whatnot. Hang out, do a little Q&A stuff, battles and shit. So if you want to come join us, I'll be on Parker Get a Real Job. And we'll see what Dean is on, and then I'll let y'all know. And then I'll be back on and doing probably debates right after. So depending on how long it takes, we'll be back on debates right after. So don't worry, everyone. Don't worry. We still got stuff planned. Let me see where Dean is, and then we'll tell everyone to go there real quick. If you want to join me, I have my ad of my third account in my bio, actually. You can click, it says live, and it has my ad. So click on that, and you can check out my live. I'll be there here in a second. You can also check out some of like the literally posted IRL stuff, like we met up in IRL. But yeah. Let me see which one Dean goes live on, everyone. Has Dean gone live yet? Anyone know? Oof. Okay, everyone, we're just gonna go. I'll be there in a second. Go Parker Get a Real Job. I'll see y'all there in a second. Parker Get a Real Job. I'll go live. Everyone just go meet us there. Love y'all so much. I'll be right back, everyone. I love y'all. Parker, get a real job. And just like, yeah, like just like me and Dean stuff. Probably just that stuff. No, Anil, I definitely don't. I definitely don't. Parker, when are you gonna stop the political debates? I think I'm gonna keep them going because I think that we have a lot of work to do. But I'm gonna just like bring in other topics. So I'm gonna be doing other topics, not just politics. But yeah, the thing is, when I do other topics, I start getting banned. It's really weird. I don't know. Say espresso. Parker, I'm gonna cry. uh, I have a lot of disagreements with like a lot of people. My tattoo is peace in Arabic. Supreme Court Harris. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. A favorite food? Ooh, I'd probably go sushi. I really love sushi. Did Dean leave? Dean did. He got off for tonight. Push the corgi. Is there anyone that is live right now that I can raid? Actually, everyone. I was gonna look that up. Courtney, thank you so much for the dollar. I appreciate it. For you and your girlfriend are so cute. Also, podcast release date. We don't have a podcast release date, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Kalisa, thank you so much for the $5. Can you provide us some information on how we get involved in politics as well? Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I would say involved on the local level and on the state level is really important. Just informing yourself and voting in accordance with that information that you learn about those local things. I know it's really hard to learn about local things, like you don't have a lot of time. It's even a bit to learn about like the federal things, but like it is really important for getting yourself involved in that way, and then engaging in these types of conversations. The thing is with a lot of these conversations is that they don't necessarily go to the local level because it becomes too niche, insofar as that it makes it so that people don't really see. How old are you? I am 22. By the way, everyone, I should only be like a few more minutes, y'all. Favorite song? I don't know if I have like a specific favorite song. What part of Iowa would you grow up in? Quad Cities. When's your birthday, Parker? April 7th, 2002. Do you think we'll be okay to win the house? I have no clue, actually. I'm really scared, honestly, about that. Stephanie, thank you so much for the $5 for get Trump on the pod for a debate. I would debate him. I would debate him. I actually don't know who that is, Anil. Doll, thank you so much for the $1.70. Thank you so much. Your stream made my work bearable today. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to hear that. How you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Just chilling, just chilling. About to go hang out with my girlfriend for a little bit. Said thank you for the dollar for fun fact that caught my Macker brother hate watching your lives. The other day, you live rent free in his head. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I love when people hate watch my lives. It's amazing. It tells me I'm doing the right thing. I don't know who that is either, Anil. Michelle, I'm pro-Palestine. Do you live with your girlfriend? I do not, no. Probably will within the year. I think it's with like a year and a half or so. Marina, thank you so much for the $3 for my best friend of 8 years is a fan of yours. Can you please say happy birthday, Storm? Yeah, happy birthday, Storm. Hope you've had a good day so far. Hope you've had a good day. Favorite color, please? I feel like I go between, but like I'd probably go with blue. It goes blue and then purple and then red. Kimberly, thank you for the $5 for wood. Thank you for the $5 for wood. Thank you for the $5 for wood.
pre-existing conditions, like your child. Donald Trump tried to make it so your child is uninsurable. Ask anybody in the comments, if you have a child with a disability, you should be terrified that Trump is in power. Terrified.
And when I was under Obama, when the Affordable Health Care Act came in, my employer-based health care program got worse.
That has nothing to do with Obama. That has to do with your employer. Trump tried to make it easier. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Trump tried to make it easier. The insurance lobby lobbied Trump to try to make it easier for them to do what happened to you. That is Trump's goal. Trump multiple times tried to say it's okay for insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. I promise you, if you have a disabled child, you should be very worried and look into what Trump has tried to do in the healthcare industry. That's what he means by deregulation. One of those regulations he wants to deregulate is the regulation where, sorry, insurance company.
$1.70. Thank you so much. Your stream made my work bearable today. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. It's good to hear that. How you feeling? I'm feeling pretty good. Just chilling. About to go hang out with my girlfriend for a little bit. He said, thank you for $1 for fun fact that caught my Macker brother hate watching your lives the other day. You live rent-free in his head. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. I love when people hate watch my lives. It's amazing. It tells me I'm doing the right thing. I don't know who that is either, Anil. Michelle, I'm pro-Palestine. Do you live with your girlfriend? I do not, no. Probably will within the year. I think it's with like a year and a half or so. Marina, thank you so much for the $3 for my best friend of 8 years is a fan of yours. Can you please say happy birthday, Storm? Yeah, happy birthday, Storm. Hope you've had a good day so far. Hope you've had a good day. Favorite color, please? I feel like I go between, but like I'd probably go with blue. It goes blue and then purple and then red. Troublous.
Dude, you can't make that shit up, bro.
You know what's up? How old are you?
24.
Did you vote, Chump?
Hell yeah, son.
Why?
Oh, Parker, man, you got a beautiful face. I love the way you look, the way you smile. Hey, Dean, you got a beautiful widow's peak. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the way the microphone's really close to your lips. Let me go ahead and see you suck it. Go ahead and suck it, Dean. Yeah, I know I'll make you laugh.
Oh, you can leave now, Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and Tori with the rhythmic.
Here, let's go. Lily, thank you so much. I appreciate the meteor shower.
I just can't even.
Thank you, Tier. Thank you for the money, God. Thank you so much, Jess.
What are we doing? I just.
No, look at this kid.
In times like this, it's important to thank those that have showed you love.
I had to hit the emote on them, chat. I had to hit the emote on them. If anyone knows, that's a Fortnite emote sound. Yes, it is.
We fought. We fought hard. You fought hard.
Dude, Dean's energy went from 0 to 100, bro.
They stay there.
Oh, I don't even know the fucking lyrics.
Showtime.
Okay. Hey.
Who's this fucking copycat? Has this kid had an original thought?
That was horrible. That was horrible.
Who-
Chat, what was
the-
that? And actually, wait,
Who
I
is
have
this
to give him
fucking
another one.
copycat?
I have to give him another one.
Who is this copycat? Who is this Dean clown?
Till the end. I am the
What
champion.
the fuck is going on?
But gone is the loser. 'Cause I am the champion.
Okay.
What the fuck was that? You somehow walked away from this round with an L. You somehow walked away from a battle round with a 50,000 point difference with an L. How do you manage to do that?
What is this guy trying to change the narrative? He's trying to lie. Chat. This guy is trying to lie.
That's why we need to win. Y'all better win this shit. Yo, Evie with the motorcycle. Holy shit, Evie. That is so kind of you. I appreciate that, Evie. Everyone, show some love to Evie down below. Lexi Gang with a money gun. Ava with a donut. Are we ready to win? Okay. This rests in y'all's hands now. Jane, thank you for the money gun. There's 20 seconds on the clock. It is in your guys' hands now. Evie, thank you for the dinosaur.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You are the
Oh,
best.
shit.
KBC with the Interstellar. That's that shit I'm talking about. That's that shit I'm talking about. KBC, and Evie with a swan. No time to spare. Oh my God, just give me that.
Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Thank you so much. I appreciate the corgi. Thank you so much, Kimber. Seb, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Dutchy,
Now, this
thank
is
you
a
so much.
beautiful second.
Sid,
Hey,
I appreciate
Parker.
it. Meg, thank
Hey,
you so much.
Parker.
Terry, I
Hey,
appreciate
Parker.
it. Kimber,
Hey,
thank you so much.
everybody
Katie, I
spam
appreciate it.
WKBC
Maya,
down
thank you so
below.
much.
Everybody spam down.
It's crazy, Dean.
I want to, you know what? We're going to call it early. I want to see 5 billion W Briars in the chat. I don't give a fuck if you're watching Parker stream, W Briar in the goddamn chat. Nothing but MVP Briar for the next 5 billion
Chris the
streams.
Animal Band,
okay?
thank you so much,
And you
Audrey, I
know
appreciate
what?
it.
And you know what, Parker,
Thank you so
quite
much.
frankly, you know what? You said, oh, you're calling it early. You're calling it early. You want to know something? You want to know something? I am calling it early.
Push the money gun.
Quite frankly, I am calling it early.
Kylie, I appreciate the rock star. Thank you so much. He's calling it
Okay.
way too early, chat.
Here, so you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're gonna do? Well, everybody in the live,
Can you
everybody
imagine
in
if
the
you got
universe
sniped?
is spamming
If you got
WBRs.
sniped, I would laugh so fucking hard in your face.
No,
I
no,
would
no, no.
laugh so
If
hard in your
everyone in
face.
everyone in the universe is spamming WBRs, this is what I have to say to you.
First of the Galaxy, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Sen.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Hey, if I snipe you, I'm gonna do the same thing to you. There's Standard.
Everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Up, up, up. 'Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, keep them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere. What they saying, Luda's back. Blame it on that contour. The hood call it Luda, yeah.
He is silent.
Push the Galaxy, thank you so much. I really
Everybody.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much,
Spam.
Wop. Maple, thank you so much for the Galaxy.